Well, hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome. I'm your Dungeon Master, Matthew. Welcome to our annual live stream to benefit Seattle Children's Hospital. We're so happy to have you here, and we have some extremely special guests. Let's have everybody introduce themselves. We'll start with Devin Green.
Well, hello. My name's Devin Green. You may know me from, well, hello. My name's Devin Green. You may know me as Betty Bowers, America's Best Christian. You may know me from Welcome to My Home, Parodies, or as Melania Trump, or playing as a musical chanteuse, my electric ukulele, or as a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. As a judge, not a contestant. A judge.
Yet. Fantastic. Welcome, Devin, and let's head over to Anthony.
Hi, I'm Anthony Oliveira, Mia Koopa on Twitter. I write a bunch, I guess is where you would know me from. I do some Marvel comics. I do some Steven Universe comics. I'm writing a book, but no one's read that yet. That's about it. Online a lot.
You are extremely online. And speaking of extremely online, we have Carlos Maza.
Oh, no. I'm Carlos Maza. I'm also extremely online. You may know me from videos about how bad CNN is, or with picking a very big fight with YouTube. And they want on everything.
Fantastic. Yay. Happy to have you. And Bryan.
Hi, my name is Bryan Wuest. You may know me if you have taken undergrad film classes in the SoCal area in the past couple of years. I'm a film professor. I am less online, I think, than the rest of my party.
I think you may be the least online of anybody I know. There's I'm trying to tag you and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I think that's his Twitter account.
Yeah, I'm a more of a social media bottom. I receive, but I don't produce.
Ooh, that's very niche.
Well, so we are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons today.
Oh,
Yay.
Is that what we're doing?
That's the plan. That's the plan for now. And if y'all folks who are watching don't know Dungeons and Dragons, don't worry. We're just going to tell a story together, and sometimes there's dice. Got a big bucket of them. We're going to be going for 2 to 3 hours, which is a little shorter than usual for most Dungeons and Dragons games. So we are going to just be shooting through it, rushing as fast as we can, and also here and there streamlining some things and breaking some rules because they will either take too long or because we just don't know them. So that's our plan. We will be keeping an eye on the chat. So thanks to everybody who's joining us in the chat. I see Dedem Chuck and Uncle Deadly and Elstar. Cheka is here, not animal tested, and Travesty Travis. Who else do we have? And Lee Nightingale's good to see you. One of 4 joining us. Delightful. And that's Derek. Hi, everybody, and many more. Big thanks to everyone who has donated already. We are raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital. You can head over to bit.ly/extralifeseattle to chip in a few bucks. And Extra Life has been having a few little technical sneezes today. So if that's not working, there is also a link down in the Twitch description in the little block of text to donate on Facebook. And the Facebook fundraiser is up and running, no problems there. So if you're having trouble with Extra Life, just head over to Facebook and donate there. We, looks like, are up around 410, I think, right now, which is the most we have ever been at when we started one of these streams.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
So hooray.
How much did we do last year? I don't remember.
We passed 1,000 early in the stream last year. So
nice.
Let's see if we can make it happen again. So fingers crossed and knock on wood for that. So please, if you're enjoying the stream, head over to bit.ly/extralifeseattle or click the link, head over to Facebook. Really the only time I will ever make that recommendation to anyone. And again, a huge thanks to everyone who has donated and retweeted and spread the word. We really appreciate that. So, without any further ado, let's adventure. Golden autumn light filters through a leafy canopy above the enchanted glade of Queen Titania of the Feywild. Here, surrounded by ancient trees and mossy rocks, hundreds of creatures have gathered to dance and drink and celebrate the Fall Fairy Festival. Music and laughter carries over the crowd of satyrs, dryads, wood nymphs, and more, and on a tall throne of mushrooms and gnarled vines sits Titania herself.
Ooh.
The 4 of you have just arrived, and you stand at the entrance to the glade, along with a satyr holding a golden horn. He raises the horn to his lips and blows a fanfare. The revelers quiet themselves, and then the satyr bellows, "Presenting for the amusement of the Seelie Court, guests of the Queen to compete in the year's Fall Fairy Festival." And he glances back at the group. He glances at you, Carlos. He whispers, "You first, go on, go on." And he gestures down a pathway leading through the middle of the glade toward the throne. What do you do?
He's gesturing me just to walk forward.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone's staring at us right now.
Everyone's staring.
So my head is a pumpkin, and I've made all of the vine coming out of it into a very tight, serious braid to show that I made business. And I'm like very seriously fixing the braid and throwing it behind me, and then walking forward. But as I do, I'm gonna say the command word for my shield and have it float just ahead of me to show that there's like some magic to what I'm doing.
Fantastic, fantastic. So as you walk forward, the crowd is on either side, and the satyr's bellowing behind you as you go. He says, "Please welcome the wholesome holy roller. You can't spell paladin without Palagrius Lunette." Your shield is floating before you, and Queen Titania, up on her platform, up on her throne of mushrooms and vines, there's a dryad standing next to her. She whispers in Queen Titania's ear, and she says, "Welcome, mortal. Introduce yourself and amuse Her Highness with one of your skills or talents."
Okay, I bow very deeply, so much that the part of the jack-o'-lantern that would fall out, I have to like keep it in. And I say, "My name is Agrius. The pumpkin isn't my choice. Neither is the tail. I'm only here for a minute, even though I've been here for like 3 years at this point. And I'm gonna use the cantrip light to make the inside of my jack-o'-lantern like really, really glow, as if like there's a freshly made fire inside of it."
Oh, fantastic. I think for the performative bow, I'm going to have you roll performance.
Okay. Ooh, bowed too deep.
Oh no, how'd you do?
It's a 10 total.
Probably not going to cut it. So when you bow, the top of the pumpkin top of your head just like slips out of your fingers and like thump, 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 falls on the ground. And Titania's kind of...
I'm just nervous.
The satyr glances back to the party. He glances over to Grady and says, all right, you next.
So Grady, who just has never really learned to dress herself, looks very uncomfortable, I think, in front of all these people, and is sort of shuffling forward. I think she's in like a hoodie and sweatpants. But Vidor, my fox companion, I think over this time, this past year in the Feywild, I think he's become increasingly Fey seeming. I think he started walking on his back legs. He started insisting on dressing himself. He has like a little vest and a little top hat, and he's very into the attention. And he goes forward. He can't talk quite yet, but he walks forward and bows deeply at the people around, puts his paw forward to shake people's hands, kisses hands, an absolute charmer, while Grady stays back and kind of lets him draw the attention.
Wonderful. And as you and your fox proceed, the satyr calls out, "The call of the wild comes from inside the house. Take a highway to the ranger zone with Grady Reinecke and Vidor the fox." And Titania nods at you as you approach. And once again, the dryad that's up on the platform with her, she says, "You may introduce yourself to the court, amuse Her Highness with one of your skills or talents."
I think Grady takes her hat off in her hands and says, "Hello, ma'am. My name is Grady, and this is Vidor, my faithful companion." And I think that we're going to do a classic. They do a little dance like they did last game, with Vidor leading, obviously. And a quick waltz around to the waltz that I assume is playing in the Feywild at all times.
Okay, that will be a performance check for you.
Oof, okay, my worst skill. 10.
Really? Okay. You trip over each other's feet, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
And tumble.
It was not the fox's fault. It was clearly Grady's fault.
Grady is just like staring at her feet, and just like thinking about it too much makes it even worse. And just like the two of you like tumble together and land right next to to Carlos, and like you just gotta like get tangled up and land on top of the top of the pumpkin head.
We're not doing great so far as a group.
The satyr glances back to Paragrinder and says, "Ooh, you better save this one. Go on, go for it."
Is the satyr hot?
Yes.
Okay, I immediately flirt with the satyr.
Ah.
I need this guy's number. Is it a guy? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Describe what you do to flirt with the satyr.
I don't. Well, okay. I don't have any object. Okay, maybe we should clarify what the hell is going on with me. So, Paragrinder's like a weird mutant these days.
Mm-hmm.
So, what form am I in right now?
You are in a halfling form, but you have the tail of a cat, and your ears are tall and furry, like the donkey that you were turned into 2 or 3 adventures ago.
Right. Okay. Okay. I asked the satyr about his shoes. Does he have like shoes, little hoof shoes?
He has hooves with they look like sort of like little strappy sandals at the bottom of the hooves.
Yeah, I ask about those because presumably I am sometimes hooved. So yeah.
Oh,
okay. So you're just like complimenting his shoes and
yeah. Hey, buddy, where'd you get those? Yeah. That's
he blushes a little bit and he's like, "Oh, you like him? You like him? I made him myself." And he's like, the court is waiting.
Oh, okay. Fine. I trot down the court to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hi, I'm here.
And the satyr is like kind of blushing and shakes his head to like clear his consternation. He's like, "Oh yes, the meta-bodied marvel, the wizard with 1,000 faces, some of them human. Paragrinder shook." And Titania nods. The dryad says, "Welcome, mortal. Introduce yourself. Amuse us, please."
I'm Paragrinder Shook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a former grad student hobbit, now vampire, werewolf, donkey, cat, with a steed that is a sheep named Carol who can predict who knows the future a week and a half from now, I believe. Is that correct? As a trick, I have a bow tie that lets me locate an object. So what would be the stupidest use of this bow tie? Okay, I hand the queen a rock and I say, pick a hand, and I use the bow tie to tell which hand the rock is in.
Okay.
That's my amazing, stunning trick.
Yeah, I think no roll for that because it is definitely a magic bow tie. And yeah, you were able to tell which of Queen Titania a little skeptically accepts the rock and
the
like
Queen of the Fairies. Yeah.
Queen of the Fairies, she puts it behind trick. She's humoring you here and she puts it behind her back and then
as is everyone.
Removes her hands and you're able to tell it's in her left hand. She opens her hand to reveal. There it is. And are you doing like any sort of like flourish or like are you...
when I use the bow tie, it spins around in a that's how it works. Yeah.
All the creatures of the Feywild go ooh.
Find a bow tie. I'll find a bow tie at the break.
And finally, he glances back to Devin, standing there at the top of the path, and he says, "All right. I think he's won over the crowd. He's warmed them up. You're last. Go on, go for it."
Okay, well, I enter with my own theme music. This is part of my energy and my magic. I can heal someone with a magic word. As an example, a French word like insouciance or croissant. I can put on a performance that helps my fellow adventurers. I'm a Taba 11 or Tabaxi. I'm Pussycat. I've got ear energy, and I can make people hallucinate with magic incense.
As you proceed forward, the satyr calls out, presenting the cat's meow, the friendly feline, the most boisterous bard to tread the boards, the tabaxi Devin Green. As you reach your party, some of whom are just like tumbled up in a heap on the floor, the dryad nods. She says, announce yourself, amuse us with a trick.
Well, hello. What you may not know about me, I'm a professional figure skating cat. I play my own music whilst I do a triple dance for your amusement. I might have just activated Alexa.
A face spirit.
And of course, there's a little something I can do. I can make an enemy laugh so hard that they cannot attack. That's with my magical puss hands. I can tickle like crazy.
Do you want to demonstrate? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Just imagine that my auto harp right here is an enemy. Look. See, I've rendered it useless.
I'm going to say no roll for this. We'll say that you,
Thank you.
Cast hideous laughter on the auto harp that you're carrying, and the music takes on the sound of giggling and chuckling, and the audience is once again somewhat impressed. There's a lot of like murmuring. Oh, fascinating.
Never seen anything like this.
Queen Titania gestures to the party as some of you are picking yourselves up, and she says, "It is our pleasure to welcome these adventurers to the annual Fall Fairy Festival. As you know, each year it is our custom to invite a party of mortals to amuse the Seelie Court with feats of bravery. This year we are delighted to have 4 volunteers. Winter descends yet again, and once again we find ourselves running low on our supply of delicious pumpkin spice. The 4 of you will travel to the enchanted pumpkin patch at the center of the dark forest, and before winter falls, collect the last pumpkin spice of the season. Is your quest clear?" Succeed.
No.
Yeah, I'm into this. Pumpkin spice it is, sure.
Succeed.
Is that what we're getting? Pumpkin spice?
If you do, if you amuse us with your quest, we shall grant you each 1 wish. But fail, and you will join my garden of losers. And she waves a hand, and flitting fairies pull apart a curtain of ivy, revealing a vast garden full of statues of adventurers frozen in action poses. The audience they're all kind of like murmuring, the garden, yeah.
Now, are we looking for an actual squash, or is this a syrup? What is this?
The spice can be found in the care of Dumpy the Pumpkin, in the patch at the center of the forest. The court and I will be watching your journey from here. Put on a good show. We want to be entertained. 3 of you have undertaken tasks for me before, and this will be the first time that the 4 of you will work together as a group. I expect your feline fellowship will be most amusing. Winter does come quickly, and a mortal caught in a fey winter won't survive long, so keep it moving. Are there any questions?
Is Grady still is Peregrinator still immortal technically?
Well, is still amortal or immortal?
Immortal. I'm just not sure what he is
The
at this
top
point.
half is.
Listen. I'm just resisting labels right now at this point in my life. Like, I don't need to clarify what I am, when I am that thing, whatever. It is what it is. I don't actually know how vampire or werewolf works in this game. So that'll be fun. We'll learn together. It'll be great.
Mortal fluid.
Yeah.
So your form at the moment is halfling with cat tail and tall ears.
Okay. Oh, okay. All But yes, I am I feel like I have vampire weaknesses and strengths, so we'll get through this somehow. But yeah, I think I'm technically moral. You can kill me, right?
Good to know.
Quietly becoming increasingly concerned
Wow.
that you cannot be killed.
Dark turn.
It seems the party is already embroiled in conflict. Excellent. The soul
Actually,
of
I'm
narrative.
very interested in becoming one of these statues. Can my wish at the end be to be one of the statues?
That does seem like the natural next step in some ways.
I would like to franchise the pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Titania says, "Ooh, I like the cut of your jib. You're troublemakers, aren't you? This should be fun. And yes, your wish can be whatever you like, and I can interpret it however I wish. If there are no other questions, winter is nearly upon us. Let the adventure begin." And Titania waves an arm. A stone archway appears before you, covered in intertwined flowers and vines. And within the arch, you can see a portal leading to a pathway that winds through a grassy meadow up to the edge of a dark forest. What do you do?
I'll go first because I've got the shield. Devin, do you have a preference of would you like to be in the front or the back when we travel? Are you more
I like to be in the front because I can warn you, and if there's something in the way, I can use my claw daggers and get it out of the way for you. I'm super helpful.
Okay, then Devin, you should walk up with me and we'll come in together.
Okay, yeah, just be careful because there's litter.
Never mind. I'll go myself.
The party splits.
You and I are okay. Those other two are in trouble. I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Agrius and Devin start off together. Do we have Peregrinder and Grady following behind?
I am riding on Carol, my precognitive sheep. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm trotting down the way. Yeah.
Your trusty steed. You glancing back, you see the satyr kind of like gives you a shy wave as you go.
Bye.
He giggles and looks away and then looks back.
Love that hairy butt.
And then we've got Grady and Vidor taking up the rear and keeping a lookout.
Yeah, and I'm keeping like kind of survival style, like watching out for creatures who might be following us or creeping up from the sides.
Perfect.
And Vidor is walking on two legs, a little bit totteringly, but getting better and better.
Okay. So the party takes the path through a grassy field toward the entrance of a dark forest. You just can faintly detect the scent of pumpkin spice wafting past you on a distant breeze. It's a few minutes walk through the field to the forest. Looks like you've got a little ways to go before you reach the edge of the tree line. So if there's anything that you want to talk about or you want to introduce yourselves or get to know each other, now might be a good time.
I'm in heat.
I think the door can smell that.
Yes, and so can the sheep.
That's
But
right.
there's a good thing that we're going to be in the front because I have a spell of light and I can make an item light up. So we won't be in the dark. You won't be. I have good cat eyes, but you may need some help. So I'll make things light up for you.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun. Is it dark?
It's just, I'd say it's midday right now. There's kind of like golden autumn sun, but the forest that you're heading towards does look very dark.
Okay, that's fun. Let's do that.
Devin, is there anything that you, like an object that you want to cast light onto to make it light up?
Yes, there's going to be a quill that has fallen from a raven's hind shank. It fell from the air and it was just coming down like this, but it seems to be guiding us through. So I'm going to light up that quill.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe I can use it to write with something because I have calligraphy skills and I have a pot of ink.
You have a light up, it's just as that like feather is drifting on the breeze, you cast light upon it, and now it is a golden shimmering feather that's just like caught in this pumpkin spice scented breeze wafting in the air as you make your way toward the forest.
I think Gritty would ask, Miss Green, you play that string board real nice. Where'd you learn that?
From ancient eons, it came to me in a dream. I was just magically gifted. I'm a high functioning genius. Look at that. You press a button. It's almost like anyone could play it. Almost.
I feel like Paragrinder would be extremely interested in whatever is going on with Vidor right now. Does Vidor talk?
So I think that his like fox barks, they're getting a little more communicative. It's not to the point of speech, but it seems like that is the trajectory.
Okay. I'm just gonna like my sheep steed sort of sidles back and I just say to Vidor, like, hey, if you need to talk about anything that's going on with you, just let me know. And then I just trot back up as we continue down the path.
As Paragrinder is moving back and forth and like chatting with folks, you feel a sort of a strange magical sensation sort of like wash over you, Paragrinder. And I'm gonna. Oh, you don't have dice, right? I'm rolling for you.
No, I misplaced them.
Okay.
They're somewhere in this apartment.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for you a d6, and you have rolled a 4, and you feel your from spending so much time around sheep, you feel a sort of a sheepy influence surging in your body and your mind.
Here we go again.
You feel sort of like woolliness coming over you.
I don't have a sheep costume, so I'll just put this here.
And you feel mentally a strange urge to follow and to move with a flock.
Bah, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm in shot. Sorry.
Oh, I want to shear you.
Oh, that sounds hot. Let's do that.
Yes.
Let's do that. We're gonna stop and shear.
You certainly can if you'd like. Devin, you do have a dagger if you want to like slice
I
off some
have
wool.
my dagger. I have my dagger hands. Who would like a turtleneck? I'm just gonna take all the wool off, put it through my yarn spinning, and I'm gonna knit really
We're
quickly.
gonna loom. The auto harp also a loom. Yeah.
Look at this. It's a luminescent.
All right, so we're stopping to make a small sweater. How about that?
I'm gonna say
Because it's cold.
Yeah, let's as you're like trying to like shear the sheep, the wool that is sprouting from Anthony, from Paragrinder, you are running it through the loom to try to weave it into something as fast as you can. I'm gonna have you roll, I think, sleight of hand, perhaps, to see if you've got like the manual dexterity to make that happen.
I have a +2 for sleight of hand.
Ooh, well, so I'm rolling that for Devin. You've rolled a 17.
That means I have 17 hands?
You have. It looks as though you do, because you are shearing so fast. This tabaxi, just in the middle of a field, carving away at the wool and like running it through the auto harp. And at the end, there is sort of a hastily woven together little sweater shawl poncho thing.
Beautiful. Ready for the weekend. Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Look at all the good I do.
Awesome. So I'm in sheep mode.
Yeah, and you feel that just like strange urge to like follow with the flock.
That's usually me. Okay, so now I'm trotting next to Carol.
I will say it's not a full like sheep transformation.
Oh, okay.
You're just kind of like a woolly halfling.
Sure. Okay.
Slightly less woolly now that you've been shorn. And as you draw nearer to the tree line, you can see that there is a wooden sign there that's in the shape of an arrow. It's pointing to the path that leads deeper into the dark woods. There's a sprite sleeping on top of the sign. Looks like just a tiny humanoid fey creature with dragonfly wings. He's wearing a cloak that's made of moss. He's gently snoring. It looks like there's some orange powder around his nose and mouth.
Anyone talk to sprites?
I speak Sylvan, actually.
Oh.
Um,
So do I.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, first of all, can Vidor, who's very good at smelling, sniff from a little bit of a distance what this orange powder is? If it's like Cheeto powder or something?
Yeah, I think I'd have Vidor roll perception on that.
Hmm.
And
Great,
I'd
and
give him
he's-
advantage.
Yeah, foxes have right. Well, not that great. 10.
That's probably not going to cut it. Like, this smell of pumpkin spice is just like everywhere in the air here. It's hard to get a fix.
I think he's really picking up on Devin being in heat is really distracting to his sense.
Pungent.
Pheromones.
I guess I say to Devin, like, maybe we should go talk to this little guy.
Yes, absolutely. I'm fluent in Common and Sylvan, the learning language.
Okay, so you're just like kind of crowded around him now. What do you want to do?
No.
I guess what's the sign say first?
It says nothing. It just says it's an arrow pointing.
Oh, it's just an arrow.
Yeah, pointing into the
Yeah.
woods.
It looks like he's suffering a pumpkin addiction. He's been trying to snort
this
it.
is really sad.
It might be the spice.
It's the spice.
I guess I would. Hey, little guy. Hey, little guy.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I must have dozed off there. What's going on? Who are you?
We're friends of Queen Titania, and we're looking for the pumpkin patch.
Oh yeah, the pumpkin spice. She sent you out to find the pumpkin spice. It's real good stuff.
You got it bad, little guy.
I do. Well, you gotta get it. You gotta enjoy it while you can. It's available for a limited time only. You see.
Guys, do we work for a drug dealer? Is that...
We're big pharma.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I guess we want to find where this guy got high, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just you follow the pumpkin stink into the center of the forest. You can't miss it. It's the pumpkin patch in the center of the forest.
Do you want to come with us? Found some more?
Ooh, well, it's a tempting offer. I don't know. I got to get ready for winter though. It's going to be getting cold kind of soon, but I guess I could be persuaded. What are you offering?
Well, we have a way to keep you warm. I get that turtleneck.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Turtleneck.
I don't know if it's pixie size. It'd probably be like a real comfy like boyfriend sweater, like just really big on him.
Slouchy. Yeah, that H&M look.
Drawstring Gap pants.
So so our plan, if I can recap, is to bring this person who is clearly addicted to the substance we are trying to secure. Is this a good idea? Okay. All right. Just making sure.
I'm not responsible for these choices.
I can heal somebody with a magic word.
Oh, yeah. Let's cure his addiction. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That's work I want to do.
I'm going to give him a G major, and his word will be truculent. You're healed, little guy.
The music kind of like washes over him, and he shakes his head a little bit and wipes the pumpkin spice away, and he says, "Oh yes, well that's much better. Most salubrious. Thank you very much. I don't know what could have come over me. Thank you, but I do like the look of that sweater that you're holding up. So Grady, you're like holding up the sweater and like waving at him still.
It's made out of me.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 16. I
think that'll do it. He's flits up into the air.
Now that he's like not high, I feel bad about taking him back there. So my feelings have changed.
He flits up into the air and like zooms around. He's looking at the sweater. He's like, "Oh, it looks so cozy and warm. Don't worry, I'll be able to keep everything under control from now on. All I need is a little G minor, or major G major. It just that G really hit the spot."
What's your name? What's your name, little guy?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Popper. Popper's my name.
Well, yeah, Popper, you stick with us.
Okay. Are you like wrapping him up in the sweater?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like half of it just drifts over him as he's flying. It's just like a flag in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got like the little like dragonfly wings that
I'll
extend
cut a
out
little hole
behind.
for him.
Perfect. Yeah, they're just like poking out of the back of this like big. It just looks like there's a sweater that's like hovering in the air following you.
Sorry, what is he? I missed what he was.
He is a sprite.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Does he know where we're going? Let's just let Popper lead the way.
Right this way. And you proceed deeper into the forest. You see massive trees covered in bright orange leaves towering overhead. There's more sun filtering through the canopy and sparkling motes in the air around you. And the whiff of pumpkin spice drifts past on the breeze. After a short journey, you come to a dark... after a short journey, you come through the dark woods to a clearing. There's foliage closing in all around the clearing. Looks like there are 10 different paths leading deeper into the forest on the opposite side. There's also a large gnarled tree at the center of the clearing, and next to the tree, you see a raised wooden platform with 3 treasure chests on it.
Popper, what's all this?
He's flitting from like path to path, and he's looking around. He's like, oh dear, I don't quite recall. When we went this way earlier, my traveling companions knew which way to go. They had a map, you see. You don't happen to have a map, do you?
Not with us.
Oh, well, we may be in some difficulty here.
But I am very good at tracking things.
Yeah, that is true. You, as a ranger, you do have that tracking skill.
Sorry, so what are we looking at? 3 chests.
There's a clearing with 10 different paths leading out from it. A gnarled tree, and next to it,
3 shirtless men.
Yep.
Is that what version?
3 chests, just like poking through. No, 3 treasure chests on that platform. And Titania's voice echoes through the clearing. She says, "Oh, well met, travelers. We would like to offer you an opportunity to acquire items that will be of use on your journey, scrolls and other items, perhaps. Find the keys to open the chest to claim your prizes, but don't dawdle too long, or you may die." And you feel a momentary chill in the air. A few leaves drift down from the tree.
And also the quill. And I'm a cat burglar, so I take the quill and I pop the locks.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have you roll sleight of hand for that. Let's see how that'll go to unlock it.
It's a very good skill for me because I'm good at history, short-term history, persuasion, and sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I regret to inform you that you've rolled a 9 total.
I think you should reconsider that.
If you can give
She
me...
does know how to play.
Give me a justification. If you can give me justification for why you should be able to have a second attempt, I would let you roll again.
Well, here's a little something that you don't know about. I have this persuasion, and any song that I do will change the wiring in your gray matter. So I'm going to give you a C minor and a G7, and it's going to listen. Oh God, it just resonates through your skull. Your eyes are rolling back, and you say,
I'm convinced.
Here's how we're gonna handle this. I'm gonna have you
using a skill on the DM. That's some meta shit.
I'm gonna have you. This is gonna be a contest. You're gonna roll persuasion against the DM. Is gonna have to do a wisdom save to resist.
good luck, baby.
We're watching this like, who is she talking to? What is this?
Yes. She's like speaking to the heavens. Okay, so your persuasion, you've rolled a 19. And the DM rolls a 14.
A minus 14.
A negative 14. Okay, so you're going to get a second chance. So you jam that lit up feather into the lock, and for just a moment, you hear just like a snapping sound. Like it seems like the quill part of it is like not quite made it through the lock, but then you can roll again and you can try again. That time you've rolled a 14. I think that's going to do it. The lock clicks and swings open. And inside the chest, you see a scroll of paper that appears to be a map of the forest.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, great. I have a bonk eye, so I'm going to give it to my friends to read.
Bonk Eye. I will take it from Bonk Eye, Devin.
You now have a map that indicates which of these paths to take, and as you're like pulling it out of the chest to look at it, you just hear a voice say, "Oh, honey," and looking over at the tree, you see a bee's nest with bees swarming all around and a golden key embedded in the nest. There's also some honey dripping down from the nest down to the ground, and you can see behind the tree there's what looks like a dog that's kind of like licking at the honey. And next to the tree, there is a pile of hundreds of golden keys that look, and all three of these keys, the one that's embedded in the nest, the one that's around the neck of the dog, and the golden keys in the pile, look like they might go to these remaining 2 treasure chests that are still locked.
I think I can talk to bees. Or any animal, but bees in this case. I think I put a hand back and say, let me talk to these fellows. And yeah, I can do basic communication with beasts.
Yeah.
So I slowly walk up and say, hey honeys, what's good?
Yeah, so you could just talk to beasts, and they're buzzing around, and you just hear like the voices, "Oh, honey, oh, honey, oh, honey."
Clover.
Looks like they're like gathering up honey and like or pollen, and like moving into the hive. They seem to be moving pretty frantically, and you can feel like there's a little chill in the air. And once again, you feel like a shiver and some more leaves fall, and you just like see just like the faintest little wisp of your breath in the air in front of you, a little breath vapor in the air in front of you.
Okay, I am going to cast Minor Illusion a little bit away to make a 5-foot patch of really just reds, pinks, purples flowers.
Okay.
So an illusory kind of appears there, and I say, if y'all are looking for just a little bit more pollen before the winter, this might be a good place.
Fantastic.
Which isn't going to trick them for very long, so we need to be ready to move.
So those, with your illusion, the flowers just like spring up out of the earth, and the bees like in unison all go, "Oh, honey." And they dive towards the flowers just to like crawl all over them. And for a moment, the beehive with the golden key embedded inside is unattended.
How tall is it?
It's about 6 feet up. You could reach it.
Okay.
Hang on,
Go ahead,
I've got floaty handiness. What's it called?
Mage hand?
Mage hand. I can just mage hand that key.
Canada, it's 8 meters.
Yeah, let's keep it metric, kids. Come on. Okay, well, what's the reach on mage hand?
30 feet.
30 feet.
What is that in meters?
3 kilometers.
Right.
Yeah.
3 okay.
3 kilometers.
I'm gonna mage hand the key. Am I still in sheath mode?
Yes.
Okay, then that's my least useful mode. So let's go with mage hand.
Okay, so with the bees distracted, you reach out with the mage hand. You're like, are you grabbing the key and pulling it out?
Yeah.
You slide the golden key out, and now it is just like kind of floating in the air on this spectral incorporeal hand, just dangling there.
Can't I just like pull it down to me?
Oh yeah, of course. You can
Okay,
command the
let's do that.
hand.
Well, let me use the hand to open the thing in case it's booby trapped or whatever.
You slide the key into the lock, turn it, there's another click, and then the lid swings open, and I'm going to have you roll a d4.
Oh, I don't have any dice. Sorry.
I have rolled for you. Number 2, you find inside a scroll of Reduce Enlarge. This is a single-use spell scroll. You can target 1 creature. It will have to make a Constitution saving throw, and if it fails, you can reduce it by half its size, or enlarge it to double its size.
I'm saving this for the satyr later.
Okay.
No one can have this. Okay. Scroll, reduce, enlarge. Got it.
You tuck it away. And again, you feel like a little chill run through you. And you can see, like, at the edge of the clearing, the dew on the grass seems to be, like, crystallizing and turning, like, white with frost. There's still a dog that's kind of, like, licking up some of the honey on the ground. There's a pile of golden keys and one chest that remains locked.
I'm hiding because that dog is scaring me. I need some protection.
What's
In
is
what
the
way are you
dog
hiding?
dangerous? What's the dog doing?
The dog's just like kind of licking at the honey. It's got a leash or a collar around its neck with like just a golden key dangling from the collar.
I turn to Agreus and I say, it's getting a little bit chilly in here. Should we stuck here or move along?
I think we should check what's in the last chest. Paragrinder, that bow tie you have, can it
Yep.
locate the key in the pile that's the right one?
There's a pile?
There's a 100.
There's like a
There's a
pile of
bunch of
100
keys.
keys next to the tree.
And
As
then
I-
there's a dog with a key on its collar, right?
I see. But there's only 3 chests, and we've opened 2.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
There's 1 chest left, pile of keys, and dog.
Yeah.
As I understand, my bow tie is a bow tie of locate object, which means I can describe an object and it tells me where it is. Is
Mhm.
that correct?
That is correct.
Can I describe the object in the following manner? The correct key? Where is the correct key?
The bow tie around your neck goes and spins around, and
Yep.
the 2 like sides of the bow tie suddenly like flap inwards and point directly into the pile towards a one key in particular.
Nailed it. We grab that key and open up that second chest.
You dig around, click. The chest swings open. Once again, I'm going to have you roll a d4. Of course, you've rolled a 1,
Yep.
and you find
right.
that this scroll is a scroll of polymorph.
Yes. Okay, what does that do?
It does what you've been doing even more.
Yeah, 5 more.
It strays us further from the light of God.
Well, I already took the reduce and large. Does someone want the reduce and large scroll? And I'll keep this polymorph scroll.
Can I cast Reduce and Large on myself?
Yes.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Oh, I want that big Agreus.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'll keep the polymorph one.
Okay. Paragrinder has the scroll of polymorph, has a range of 60 feet, and as it suggests, you can cast that on yourself, a willing creature, or an unwilling creature. And if it's unwilling, you'll have to do a save to resist. And if it fails, whatever you targeted, you can transform within certain parameters that I'm certain you will test.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, so we have a map. We know where we're going.
Mhm.
We've got, that was the first chest, the reduce and large, and the polymorph thing.
That is correct.
Awesome.
I
Pretty
think my
good.
hands are shaking as I shiver with this map, but does it give me an idea of where to go?
Yes, you can detect which of these paths, and Popper is still like hovering over your shoulder a little bit. He's like, "Yeah, I think that's the one. That's the right path."
Popper, I don't like this manic energy I'm hearing from you again.
Sorry. It's just the smell. The smell was carrying on the way on the breeze. I got a little carried away. He straightens his tie.
Is the dog okay? Are we okay with the dog? Just leave him
No.
alone.
The dog's just like he's
You want
licking at the
to
honey,
kill this dog?
glances up at you, goes back to licking the honey. The bees, by the way, have detected that something is amiss with these flowers, and they're just like kind of like flying through them, and they sound like, oh honey. They sound a little pissed.
All right, gang, I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, dog.
Roof.
All right. Me and Carol trot further. Oh wait, do we know which path we're going down?
Yeah, I got the map.
Okay. Let's
So,
go down that path then.
You head off down the path, proceeding deeper into the forest, leaving the cold preceding winter, accelerating winter behind. And as you go, Anthony, you feel another kind of shiver of magic run through your body. And
Why have I done this to myself?
you have rolled a number that has been covered up by, where did I put my thing? There it is. Oh. You feel sort of a trembling in your teeth, and your incisors stretch and strain and grow longer. You suddenly find the dappled sunlight moving
I'm
through
gonna
the tree.
Oh no, I'm a vampire. Wait, okay. What? I can't talk.
Oh my
God. Okay, am I allergic to sunlight?
Suddenly you find it very painful to step into the patches of sunlight
Oh no.
that are moving
Okay.
through the trees, and you are
Ugh.
incredibly thirsty for blood.
Oh. Okay. Huh. There's a dog back there.
I'm all for it.
I don't. Oh, a willing victim. I can't talk in these.
But don't you worry, because I can see in the dark up to 60 feet, so you can ride on my back if you need be.
Okay, so I'm allergic to the sun and I'm very thirsty for blood.
Yep.
Okay. But I'm still a halfling, right? So I'm curled underneath Carol's body and riding beneath her to stay out of the sun.
Okay.
And how much blood do I need? I'm a halfling, so I probably don't need much. So I'm just sort of gently suckling on Carol's blood from beneath her. She's into it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's completely consensual. And we're just like trotting along that way.
She's like, ooh, it's a little
You're
tickle.
like a remora.
Yeah.
I love that Carol probably saw this 2.5 weeks ago and was like, what the fuck?
She's a freak. Don't worry about it.
Got myself into weirder scrapes than this one.
I'm Carol. I'm up for getting down.
So as you all proceed through the forest in this very normal, extremely normal caravan,
Yep.
the scent of pumpkin spice growing stronger and stronger, you hear some faint, some bustling from up ahead, some rushing around. You hear what sound like faint meows, and pushing through the underbrush, you emerge into a clearing that is completely full of cats.
Oh my God, all my kids are here.
They are bustling around. They look very busy. Some of them are like, they're stringing yarn from tree to tree, and they're hauling fish out of a stream and piling the fish onto leaves. There's a group that's gathering up catnip. There's another group that's like placing flowers in each other's fur. And these are full cats. They're not tabaxi. They're just regular cats, but they look like they're up to something. They're very, very, very busy.
Wow.
So you're just standing now at the entrance to this clearing, just taking in the scene before you.
These pussycats, they're getting ready for the festival of the pumpkin spice. That's what they're doing. And so I come in, I just take over leadership.
Yeah.
You may have 9 lives, but I may have 10. So I come in and I start playing my pussycat songs. But there's something odd that starts to happen. I feel uneasy because they are starting to go in a circle and behave. It's like there's a worm, and they have cat worms in their mind. The cats have worms.
Sure.
And those are like zombie worms. They're taken over. They're taking control. They're being controlled by somebody else.
So
This got very alarming.
Well, who is it?
We're gonna start. We're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna start with a I think performance.
I feel like you
roll.
made that needlessly worse.
I did. Thank you. There was
That is
no
the bard's job.
They were our friends.
Yeah, they were nice. I liked them until a second ago.
But that's okay. They may be dark right now. They're going dark, but we may be able to turn them to the light and turn them for our pumpkin quest.
So, Devin, you march into the clearing, strumming the harp, and I'm going to roll performance for you to see how it goes. Oh boy, you have rolled a 24.
Oh, thankfully. I presume, do I pull out my letter right now?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do have a letter in your inventory, and you're playing the harp. And what do you want to do with the letter?
With the letter, I take out and I speak in puss language. Why so serious?
The cats stop what they're doing. They gather around you. They're looking up at you with big cat eyes, and then one of the cats, the largest, a kind of an orange cat, stalks up through the middle of them, and he says, "Oh, welcome to the Feline Fur Festival. And to answer your question, why so serious? Why, indeed, it's because, well, we've lost our ceremonial scratching post.
Oh.
We were getting all ready for the festivities. It's our big autumn festival. And then, wouldn't you know it, meow meow, the owls stole our scratching post." And he looks up into the trees, and looking way up into this pine tree that's like towering over the clearing, you can see a large nest up there, and it looks like there is a big scratching post just like leaning to the side in this giant nest with some stern looking owls all around it.
Yeah, owls are dicks.
Yeah. Hate these owls.
Hashtag fact on that. Well, immediately I spring into action. I turn around. I put my tail up. A spray.
Oh.
Spray that goes straight up. Gets the owl in its good eye.
Okay.
It releases.
Let's see how this goes. We're gonna roll for this as well. I think this is gonna
Not
be
good.
Roll a spray check.
Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure if this should be animal handling or not, but I think we're gonna make this. I'm gonna call this a ranged attack, and we're gonna roll. And I'll say you probably have proficiency on something like this. Why not? So
I really do.
Not her first time.
you have rolled what is known in the biz as a dirty 20.
Thank you.
Seldom has there been a dirtier 20 than this one.
Well, am I allowed to throw in some vicious mockery?
Oh yeah, you absolutely may.
I look at the owl and I'm like, your feathers are so short. He can't.
Yeah.
He can't. He just releases his vicious grip on the cat scratch fever. So it lands with right on the ground, and all the cats are now under my control. But
Okay.
I'm not that, I'm very
Benevolent dictator.
A benevolent ruler, yeah.
Listen, I'm the least Machiavellian person I know.
Uh-huh.
So
I've always said that.
I give all of you equal power to the cats, so we can use them for whatever we wish to get to our pumpkin size.
And we won. We're done.
Yep.
Good game.
So here's what I'm going to say. With vicious mockery, the owls are going to have to roll to resist that. So we're going to take this step by step, and we're going to roll to see if they can resist. The owls have rolled very poorly. They rolled a 4. And so suddenly the owls are just overtaken by gales of hooting laughter. They just like are doubled over, and you just hear like whatever it sounds like when an owl laughs. Hoot, 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 hoot. And the scratching post is shaken loose from the tree, and it is now tumbling down towards the ground. The cats all gasp, and it's like everything is happening in slow motion for a moment as this scratching post is like descending. It's got about 100 feet or so to fall from this very tall tree, and the tabby is like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, don't let any harm come to the ceremonial post, and it's falling towards the ground.
Oh, wait, can I use Mage Hand again?
Yeah, you absolutely may to break its fall.
Okay. Yeah,
I pretty much saw this coming.
I will catch it with my Mage Hand again.
The Mage Hand is generally good up to 30 pounds, so I would say that you could probably slow a falling cat scratch post.
I can't. Oh, okay. Well,
It's not shag carpet. It's a small ply.
yeah. Okay. I can't catch it. Wait, can I Tensor's floating disc it then?
Oh, yes, you can. You do have Tensor's floating disc.
I have a lot of. I mean, I'm aware that I have a lot of stuff going on, but I also seem to have a lot of telekinetic powers.
You are a wizard.
Yep.
Describe for me what you're doing to cast Tensor's.
I am still underneath Carol, but I am risking gesturing into the space where the sun is, and I wiggle my fingers and I cast Tensor's floating disc to catch this falling object while the owls are in the middle of whatever paroxysms have to fall in.
a spectral floating disc appears in the air underneath the scratching post, and it's sort of like matching its speed just enough to like lower it down to the ground. And you can see now it's this beautiful, like ornate, carved wooden pole, like wound with rope wound all around it. The cats swarm it and they set it up in the center of the clearing and throw flowers onto it. And that tabby stalks back over to you and he says, "Truly, truly, you have saved the Feline Fur Festival. I cannot express my gratitude enough for all you have done for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And as a token of my gratitude, I would like to offer you this gift from the cats. Meow meow." And he hands out in his paw. He is holding what looks like a round bell on a collar. Who would like to take it?
Vidor?
Yeah, give it to Vidor.
Okay. Vidor.
Look a little fancy.
Mm-hmm. Vidor takes, leans forward, and the cats sort of like with their paws and kind of like biting the buckle with their mouths, they're able to fix it around his neck. And the tabby says, "There you are. This bell, if you ever need help, can be rung, and cats will come from all over the Feywild to assist you.
Oh.
We thank you for your service, and extended invitation. You will always be our honored guests at the Feline Fur Festival."
Oh,
that's nice.
we should write a thank you note.
Yeah.
Will you all stay warm during the winter? It's getting real chilly.
That is true. It does feel like you can feel like the little shiver in the air. The cats are nodding contentedly, and the tabby says, "Yes, it's our last bash before wintertime, before we grow out our winter coats." And you can see that there's more cats, like at the edge of the clearing, sort of. They have similar auto harps, and they are weaving out of cat fur more great. Yes. They are like clustered in those little like little cat houses with small scratching posts, and they're weaving cat fur into cat-sized sweaters. And one of them says to Peregrinder, "If you wouldn't mind parting with some of your wool, perhaps that might be of use to us as well. You've done so much for us already, of course." Meow meow.
I am in vampire mode. But why not? Carol's going through it. Carol offers her wool. So she is now, we shear Carol down. She's now fully naked sheep. And you can now see that she's covered in bite marks from me feeding on her.
Wow.
But yeah, let's spin this into some more wool for these cats.
The cats cheer. They are delighted. They're like just like pulling the wool. They're like scratching away the wool and carefully like piling it up next to the auto harp looms that they have. And
that's a thing.
Starting to pull out more sweaters for the cats to wear, to put on. Heroes, great heroes of the cats are you. They are absolutely delighted by you.
Are we partying with them? Is that what's happening?
There is.
God, I kind of want to.
Yeah.
If you want to stick around, I will say that like the cold is advancing. Like you can feel like that chill in the air once again.
Like one quick drink, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe some edibles and some catnip.
Yeah.
Because Kai's there, so we're gonna hop on in.
Okay.
Just a quickie, a sneaky.
You can stick around. You have a few drinks with the cats. You party with them.
I surreptitiously feed on one of the cats and turn them into a vampire.
How dare you, Slaps?
You, yeah,
I
you.
mesmerize them into being my cat servant, and I feed on one.
Your
Uh,
thrall.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
you roll animal handling to see if you can actually do that, but I'm gonna give you advantage on
okay.
it since you
Shouldn't
are.
it be like a persuasion-y thing?
Sure.
'Cause
Describe
I'm
for me
like a
what you do to put the cat in your thrall.
We're at the party, we're all celebrating, and then I draw one into the darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and I use my vampire hypnotism.
Ugh.
I compel them to turn the village into vampire cats while we're gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
May I please say your stock just went way up? I find it absolutely compelling right now.
So you have rolled an 18 on your persuasion there.
Nice.
Ooh.
Vampire cat swarm later.
Just like off to the side, you've sunk your fangs into the cat and given it your command. And the cat like gives you a very solemn nod, and from the loom where they were like weaving all the sweaters and things, it just pulls like a black cape with red lining, and somehow, and it is now like a black cat wearing a cape with the red lining on the inside. And it
I
stalks
emerge
off
from
into
the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Carol makes eye contact. I say, "Shut the hell up, Carol," and we go back down the path.
Wipe your mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Devin, during this, if you want to sharpen your claws on the scratching post, I would give you a advantage on your claw attacks. If you want to take this opportunity to sharpen.
If you just give me 1 second. Oh God. Oh, there we go. The rope. The rope.
Great. Yep. So now, refreshed with newly sharpened claws and
Belly full of blood.
belly full of blood.
Yeah,
and
dark
strange hours.
thirst sated.
Yeah. Popper is he's eyeing the pathway that leads away from this clearing, and also eyeing the way that you came, and you can see like the crackle of frost forming on the grass. And he's like, "Hey, we better get we better get a move on. We've got business to attend to."
Popper.
Yep.
We got pumpkin spice trouble.
I know. Here's the thing. I know it's a problem, but I'm keeping it under control, and it's real good. It's real good.
Maybe he needs another hit of G major.
Watch this. I'm gonna give it a ukulele.
Oh.
That was nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He gets kind of like a relaxed look on his face, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Thank you. Oh, gee." Feeling much better now.
That was my G string.
Love those G strings. And so you continue along down the pathway, moving deeper and deeper into the forest. And as you go, just want to take a real quick break to thank everyone who is joining us on this little fundraiser for Seattle Children's Hospital. We have just hit the $500 milestone.
Yay.
Oh, did we hit 600, James? Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, Extra Life's a little behind, but looks like we've hit the $600 milestone.
Oh, wonderful.
Yay! So huge thank you from all of us to all of you. If you would like to donate, head over to bit.ly/extralifeseattle. You can donate there, or you can go over to Facebook if Extra Life is giving you any sort of difficulty, because it's been having a massage today. But let me see. I'm just checking checking what we're at now. Yeah, so it looks like we've hit $600 in a little bit. So thank you to everyone who has chipped in to support Seattle Children's Hospital.
Yay!
Yay!
We know what we're wishing for. Can we have the chat give us some suggestions for what our wishes should be?
Oh yeah, let's turn that to the chat. As Queen Titania has said, anyone who can obtain, if the party can obtain the pumpkin spice at the center of the forest, the party will be granted one wish apiece. So if the chat has any suggestions for what everyone should wish for, please do chime in. And I'll be making note of those so we can compile the list wish as we go.
I also have this scroll of transmutation or whatever. So if you have suggestions, I'm open to hearing them.
Yep.
Further abominations we can create.
Yeah. It's only going to get worse.
Non-animal test is calling for the further abomination of Paragrinder.
Yeah, I feel like...
Wow.
Jackie OMFG says more blood for Paragrinder and more G-strings for Devin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Willard Fillmore wants Paragrinder to have an extra tail, but like not in the normal place.
Right here. Just like...
Yep.
yeah.
And Elstar wants to see the Seder date.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's gonna happen. That's
That's
really
the next
the
adventure.
only.
Yeah. F date from now on. F date.
I love a hair pant situation. Yeah.
So we're continuing to that's so Derek says a front tail. Great. So we'll continue to compile those wishes for wishes, and they'll, if the party is successful, an opportunity to bring those to life. Now, as you proceed deeper into the dark forest, pressing further, you turn a bend in the path, another bend and another, the smell of pumpkin spice growing ever stronger, the chill of winter continuing to follow behind. You reach a cliff face, a sheer wall of stone stretching high up overhead. The path just ends here, seemingly at a dead end.
Oh.
Not this again.
What do you do?
Oh, and I just used my floaty thing, so we don't have a floaty thing.
I asked Paragrinder. Sorry, my fox. You're getting more and more just like you're gonna be one of my animal companions.
Yeah.
I asked Vidor. I say, can you pick up the scent? Does it stop here?
Ooh, okay, yeah. Let's have Vidor roll perception or investigation, whichever's better for him.
Oh God. 12.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna cut it. Vidor is he's still like this.
Okay, I turn.
Yep.
I turn from Vidor and I say to Popper, "Can you pick up the scent?"
Oh, should be easy enough. And I'm gonna have Popper roll for that.
Because he uses his nose a lot.
He's practiced at this.
Popper has rolled a 17. He says, I'll just follow my nose. This way, gang. And flitting off to the side of this clearing, you see there's sort of like a large bushy area, but drawing closer, you can hear some cackling and some conversation. He's like, oh yeah, here they are. I remember these gals. And moving to the side of those of the bushes, the foliage, you can see cackling over a bubbling cauldron, 3 stooped over crones.
Have they noticed us approach?
They
Or
have
where we
not
are?
noticed. They have not noticed you yet.
Okay.
Their incantation over the bubbling pot, I just presume there's a child in there. But what is their incantation?
Oh, yeah, I would say it sounds. Let me have you roll Arcana. So we're gonna roll that for you.
Because I'd really like to hear it in Latin.
Yeah, you rolled a 16 there.
Very
And
good.
you hear it sounds like beautiful poetry about it's something about creation and the fabrication, making something and generating something, but they keep pausing as though they've either run out of words or forgotten something, or it seems like there's just a blank space in the spell.
Come up with a dirty limerick. That's why.
Exactly.
I'm good at Arcana. I can help.
Good.
What are they? Let's just introduce ourselves. I see no reason to distrust these evil witches. Hey, ladies, how's it going? I sidle over under my sheet. Am I still a vampire? I'm still a vampire.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be your wing cat.
Yes, excellent. What you ladies up to?
Well, hello, welcome. Good to see some travelers in the woods. What brings you out to the forest, to the enchanted forest, and the eve of winter?
We seem to be working for some kind of drug-dealing fairy queen. We're trying to find the pumpkin spice. Any suggestions?
Yes, of course. We know the way for the pumpkin spice. You seek the pumpkin spice, just like, oh, I see Popper over there getting into trouble again, are we? It's like, yeah, hi, how's it going? It's me again. And they're like, yes, of course, we know the way forward, but it's a secret, my dears. We'll never tell. A lady must maintain an air of mystery, you know.
Okay, well, what if we made a trade? Do you need help with anything? And then you could help us out?
Yes, intriguing. They lean in, they kind of whisper to each other. You know, we've been trying to create a little monster in our cauldron here, but we've been arguing over and over and over about what to add to it, what to contribute to a monster. No new ideas from any of us, but perhaps the four of you might contribute something fresh. Could each of you contribute something to a monster in our cauldron?
This is my favorite game in the world. More is more. Yeah, I'm into it. Let's make a monster.
Yes.
What do you have to add?
Oh.
My golden scarf, which I feel doesn't match the dark orange pumpkin right now, my pumpkin head.
I've got a stick of incense, and when they light it up, they're going to hallucinate. So they're going to have this is a party stick.
Okay, the party stick. I love it. So, yeah, Agrias like throws in the golden scarf. It just like tumbles down to the bubbling, frothing cauldron. Deven tosses in an hallucinatory party stick. In it goes. The bubbling and like bubbles float up. What else do you have?
I've got a Madeline.
Oh!
It's a Proust monster.
Yes, dip it on in. Delicious.
What have I got? I don't think I have a scroll. I have my bow. I'm not parting with my bow tie. I could give you, well, I just shaved my sheep. There's nothing left of her.
Here, a turtleneck.
Oh, you still have one. Okay, yeah. Let's throw in one of our custom Etsy sweaters that we've been making all adventure.
There goes that store.
This is a very comfy, like a Proust Madeleine sweater moment. This monster is gonna be chill.
Or maybe your grandma.
Yeah.
And then Grady says, she says, I've been watching you change, Paragrounder, and I've been feeling like maybe it's time for me to do a change too. And she takes her ponytail and cuts it off. She's gonna do some short hair, and she drops that in the pot.
Wow.
And she's like, I think she's gonna. She says, Devin, maybe you can clean this up for me a little bit later.
Oh
A
my
gorgeous
God!
little
I'm gonna
pixie
give
cut.
you bangs.
Yes, true transformation is upon us.
Okay, you toss all those things in. The ponytail goes in. This is like almost literally the gift of the Magi now. The turtleneck, which is almost the tortoise shell watch. There's the incense that goes in, the party stick, and the golden scarf. In it all goes.
I think we just invented Greta Gerwig.
And the cauldron like bubbles and froths, and like the steam rises up, and then it slowly dies back down and subsides. And there in the bottom of the cauldron, you see what looks like a cozy looking, it's kind of a half turtle, half pony creature. It's got the half turtle. It's got like the turtle neck. It's wearing the turtleneck
Okay.
It's got
Okay.
a pony face, a turtle shell. The scarf is just like wound around its body. There's this golden spiral that winds around its body, and its eyes are just like spinning spirals, like hallucinatory spinning spirals. And it leans back, it stretches, and it goes, cozy, and just leans like kind of like relaxes in the warm cauldron. And the witches are just beside themselves. They are clapping. They're like, beautiful. Never have we seen such an incredible creature. Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. They're like combing its hair and like petting the turtleneck that it's wearing over the turtle shell. And one of them reaches in with a cup and like another cup, and they pass around a cup, and there's like a little bit of like slurry down, like runoff down at the bottom of the cauldron, and they clink their glasses together, and then they look at you, and they say, "Oh, well, I would be rude not to offer you some. Can we offer you a bit of the runoff?"
Yep, I'm down. Drinking that runoff. Love it.
Okay.
I'm down to clown.
Yeah.
All right,
Love to
Paragrinder and
wash
Devin,
in your old bath water. Yeah.
both take a sip. Agrius and Grady?
What's it smell like? Paint me a picture.
Smells like success.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
I thought
14.
you were down for a change. Come on.
It's time to have my hot girl autumn.
So 14?
Yes.
Okay, I would say that succeeds. You are able to tell there is there's something magical and otherworldly about this potion. It's something that is both dangerous, but also has like a lot of there's a transmutation magic that you can detect on the scent.
What the hell?
Okay.
I'll take some.
Okay. So, Grady, Devin, and Paragrinder, I would like each of you to do Constitution saves. I'm going to roll that for, oh boy.
Constitution save. I don't like that phrasing at all.
Just remember, there's also a hallucinogenic in there.
Okay. Carol wants some too. Carol's also gonna have some.
Yeah.
Sure, we're going to roll for Carol as well.
And Vidor, I strongly suggest you get in on this shit, man. Like
Vidor is not interested. He's getting more and more elegant and making his own choices.
Elegant.
think you're
Okay.
better than me, Fox.
Yeah, I think he is sneering a little bit. He's learned to sneer recently.
So there have been some remarkably bad rolls here.
Uh-huh. Or
so-
good rolls.
Or good rolls. We'll start with Grady. How did Grady do?
17.
17. Grady, you're able to shake off there's like a weird sensation that passes over you, but you're able to stand your ground. Devin has rolled a 1, a natural 1.
Nice.
And Anthony, Paragrinder has rolled a 3.
Oh dear.
So here's what we'll say. Devin, I'm going to have you roll a d6, and I'm going to roll that for you.
Yeah.
You feel a strange, like, shudder at your sides, and kind of like like your ribs have suddenly come a little bit loose from your body, and they're pressing outward, and you feel like a stretching sensation as 2 protuberances appear from your sides and grow longer and longer. Arms form under your existing arms. You sprout 2 extra arms from your sides.
Yay!
You are going to be able to use those to make a second attack during combat.
And also write some lines of code.
Amazing. Now do me.
Anthony, with your extremely low roll there, Paragrinder feels a strange sort of like twitching in your forehead. He's got like a weird, like you're rubbing your head a little bit. You feel something kind of like weird up in the middle of your head, and then you blink a couple times, and you blink again, and you blink with your third eye that has opened up in the center of your forehead.
Triple Cyclops.
Love to twitch my third eye. Yes. Does it do anything? Is it just an extra eye?
It is an extra eye that grants you +2 to perception.
Hey, not
Ooh.
bad. See, look what you missed out on. I use it to check Devin's code as their code.
Oh, sure.
Listen, I'm writing in Fortran though. It's 0 and 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the hags are just like, they're kind of like cooing and petting at the monster, and one of them's like, look, you've all been such good sports. I think we'll show you the way. We had to hide the cave so that nobody would take our mushrooms. It's where we get our supply. But I think we can trust you all. And she waves a hand, and a cave appears in that rock wall, and you can see the way ahead.
Awesome.
And she says, all right, well, don't dawdle. There's probably not much pumpkin spice left at this point. Off you go, off you go.
Thanks for the drinks.
What are you doing with the cozy monster? Are you gonna?
And what are you gonna name them?
Ooh, a name. It needs a name. Oh, my stars. What do you think? What kind of a name? Let's see. A sort of a turtleneck, turtle-bodied creature with a pony face and a ponytail. It can cause someone to hallucinate and has wrapped in gold. It's a lot of different ideas. Madeline. We'll name her Madeline. Yes. Well, she's got a lot of growing up to do. We've got to train her in the ancient dark arts. Normal mom stuff.
What have we done? What have we unleashed on the Feywild?
I also turn Madeline into my vampire thrall.
What?
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think if there should be a roll for this. I think this feels like it should have a roll. So I'm gonna treat this like an attack roll. We'll see how you do here.
Building that army of the undead.
Well, roll a 17.
That good?
That is good. That
All right.
succeeds.
Vampire thrall. Vampire thrall.
You lean into the cauldron and describe for me what you do to Madeline.
It's like I turn into mist.
Oh.
And I like spiral over the edge of the cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like very seductively, I don't know how to seduce women, but like very seductively tug away at her scarf, and then I like bite into her neck. And it's very hot. And there's like electric guitar riff. It's like very Jim Steinman. Mm-hmm. There's like curtains billowing. Yes, there we go. Yeah, and it's very like total eclipse of the heart, and her hair becomes very teased as she becomes a vampire thrall.
Yep. It's like, yes, it's very like a Lost Boys style vampire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
How do the witches react to this?
The witches
happening in front of them.
They're into it.
They're gathered around. They're like, what exactly are you doing? What is your intention with Madeline? Are you trying to like explain yourself in any way, or are you just going for it?
No, I'm just sort of like, it's not their business. Like
I can help distract them with my MySpace account. I'll send it over there.
Sure. Yes. So while you're doing that, Devin, you want to distract them. So you're like coding away.
Because double hands.
Sure. I'm going to have you roll.
Do you have a laptop? Is that?
Yeah, like.
You have a laptop? Yeah. Is that what's happening? Yeah. Have you always been like our hacker?
Let's say like, there's like
a dark web.
Yeah.
You have like a tablet with like spider webs on it or something.
Amazing.
Go ahead. I'm going to have you roll persuasion to see if you can actually distract them. That is a 14. I'm going to say that works. And so while they're looking away, Madeline just gets like the tease hair and like the mist like oozes out of the cauldron. And glancing back in, you can see Madeline just like gives you a toothy, sharp-fanged grin.
See you later. See you later, baby.
He did it again.
Oh, the chat has pointed out that Carol drank of the potion. And
Oh,
did
that's
not-
right. Yeah, you gave it to Carol. So Carol actually did roll very well. Carol rolled an 18 there, so she was.
Oh, so she's
shook
fine.
off the effects. Yeah.
Ah, fine. Carol wussing out. That's fine. That's fine. I have new friends. Paragrinder's gotten sinister. Being a vampire, man.
Yeah, that'll do it. And so you're ready to proceed into the cave.
Yeah, it's time.
All right, off you go. Thank you for the monster help, dears. And
Bye, ladies.
you creep further ahead into the darkness of the cave, descending into gloomy dark. Anthony, as you go, you're feeling very satisfied about the vampire
darkness?
converts that Paragrinder's made, but you feel another magical impulse wash over you.
Uh-oh.
And you feel the cat side of your personality suddenly
No.
taking dominance.
Okay.
Your tail lashes back and forth, side to side, and you are now extremely curious about everything around you.
Awesome.
Hi.
Hey. Oh, is Devin still in heat? Can we be friends? I don't know cat behavior. I'm curious. That's what I am.
You're extremely curious.
Okay,
That's
so
what,
I like.
that's what killed the cat.
I dart way down the path to
Okay.
see what's going on.
I can see in the dark up to 60 feet.
Oh, can I do that too? I dart 60 feet.
I would say like in as you like switch into cat dominance, I would say that you probably have dark vision here, so you're able to see ahead into the cave.
What do I see?
Well, you see that there are red-capped mushrooms lining the path through the cave.
Oh, I definitely eat a red-capped mushroom.
Oh, okay. You just like gobble it down.
Yeah, I'm super curious. Yeah, what's this?
You
Kablamo.
sink your teeth into one of those red-capped mushrooms,
Yep.
and you hear a sharp squeak come from it.
Oh no. Sorry. Can I use my third eye to perceive what it is I've eaten?
You absolutely will be able to do that when we come back from a quick intermission.
Oh, cliffhanger.
This is going to be, yes. That's what Derek says. Curiosity killed the polymorph mutant cat thing. So just want to take a quick break here in case anybody needs to get up, stretch, move around, get some water, or whatever. And also to thank all of our fabulous backers, the folks who have donated to our fundraiser for Seattle Children's Hospital. We are just at, oh my goodness, $800.
Hey!
Oh, good.
Hip, hip, hooray, everyone.
Awesome, everybody. Thank
I'll tell you this. I did a headline Pride in Seattle, and it's an amazing city, and this is such a good charity. I'm really honored to be here. Thank you.
Yay. Well, we are just so happy to have you. Big thanks to everybody, to Devin Green and Anthony Oliveira, to Carlos Maza and Bryan Wuest. Big thanks to our adventurers today for being a part of this, and thanks to everybody in the chat who has accompanied us so far on this first half of our adventure. And thanks to everyone who's been bearing with Extra Life for all of the donation issues that the site's been having. Yeah, sadly.
Power through, everybody. It's worth it.
Yes, it's such a great cause. Seattle Children's Hospital does some really fantastic, wonderful work. So we are going to pick up our adventure in just a few moments. We're going to toss this over to a little video about the importance of Seattle Children's Hospital and all that stuff. And then we will rejoin our adventure in like 2 to 5 or so minutes.
Okay.
But we will see you all in just a few moments, very, very soon. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you in just a couple minutes. Meow. Meow. Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to donate to charity, and how about a credit card? What's in here? Cash, anyone? Don't be a chump. Now it's easy to donate to a good cause. Just go to bit.ly/extralifeseattle to donate to Seattle Children's Hospital. Every year, the hospital sees over 300,000 patients, handles over 36,000 ER visits, fills over 35,000 equipment orders, and trains over 800 physicians. And 100% of your donation goes to support their work. Just go to bit.ly/extralifeseattle and click the donate button. And you'll never have to deal with this ever again. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are rejoining our adventure in progress with the wonderful Anthony Oliveira, Carlos Maza, Devin Green, and Bryan Wuest. Thank you all so much for joining us and for helping us raise some money for Seattle Children's Hospital. We are at about $800 right now. We really appreciate everyone who has donated. You can go to bit.ly/extralifeseattle, or if you're having some issues with that, there's a link to the Facebook fundraiser down in the Twitch chat, and you can donate there for a lovely cause. So, as you'll
My ears broke.
Oh, sadly. Sadly, that's nobody has mending. Nobody has the mending cantrip.
Yeah, so I can't even rest them up here because they'll fall off my head.
Oh, jeez.
It's okay. We'll use our imaginations.
Yes.
That's what this is all about.
It's all furry theater of the mind. So, as you'll recall, Queen Titania has tasked you with obtaining the last pumpkin spice of the season before winter arrives. If you succeed, she'll grant you each a wish, or if you fail, she will doom you to the Garden of Losers. Let's see, what did you do? You met a sprite named Popper, who you have cured of his pumpkin spice addiction and clad in a sweater. You encountered some bees and a dog and got a map and got some magic scrolls. You went through a cat festival and met some hags and made a monster. When you are boasting of your adventures in the future, when you are telling your tall tales about what happened today, what are the things you're all going to boast about?
I'm convinced that everyone who drank the witch's potion is just slowly dying. So in my mind, I'm going to boast about being the only person who survived.
You're just jealous of my third eye.
Absolutely not what it is. But it's pretty much not what it is.
I'm going to be very happy that I have additional appendages just in case I run across any more hoot owls who give me nonsense. I'm not having it.
Remember that time I enslaved that village of cats into my vampire army?
Yeah. Oh God, I wrote it in my diary.
On your MySpace.
And I think instead of talking about the adventure, I'm just going to talk about my bangs at taverns.
Yeah.
Just so people are, I see the concern. These are long cat ears. I had a malfunction, and it seems I have spare and backup.
I like you have a backup, yeah.
Did our ears both break at the thing? Wow. People need to treat the furry community better. Like, we need better products out there.
Is this like the like kinky boots, like that they need like heels that actually hold? Yeah.
That's going to be our wish.
Exactly.
Brag ears.
Well, when last we left our adventurers,
Yes.
everyone was proceeding through a dark, clammy cave. There were
I've been called worse.
red mushrooms lining the path, and Peregrinder had just rushed forward in a kind of a cat-dominant form to latch onto, to bite one of the mushrooms. It has now squeaked and twisted out of your grasp and has turned to look up at you in fury with wide eyes.
Oh, no.
And you can see now that the mushrooms around you are actually tiny little creatures embedded in the ground. They're all gently undulating and rubbing together, and they're shaking spores onto each other.
Oh, it's an orgy.
But Father
Interrupt
Grinder
orgy.
already ate one.
Did I eat it or did it escape me?
It is in your mouth now. It is just like in your jaws, like wriggling around, trying to get away from you.
I am still trying to eat it.
Okay.
I take a spray bottle and spray the kitten. Drop it.
Okay, I'm gonna have Grady do. We're gonna do a contest here. I think it's gonna be Grady's. We're gonna treat this as like ranged attack. I think so.
An animal handling.
Oh, actually, that's a good one. Yes, we'll do that. Let's do animal handling versus maybe athletics. I don't know, to hang on to the mushroom in your jaws.
I rolled 12.
Ooh, well,
My athletics are -1, which is very accurate.
That is a 10 for Paragrinder.
What does that mean?
So
So it's
that
like
the
I pry open his little kitty jaws. Like,
All right, fine.
you pry open the kitty jaws, and that mushroom scampers off. It's got like a bright red spotted cap, and it scampers off, and it's shouting in its tiny little voice, "Intruders, intruders, intruders, intruders!" And he rushes over to a...
See, if you'd let me eat him, he wouldn't have been able to warn them.
yeah, we are here. Probably pretty visible.
He rushes over to a stone embedded in the wall of the cave and presses on it, and it slides into the wall with a kind of a grinding noise. And then up above you, a stone plate in the roof of the cave slides away, revealing a slick ramp up above, and at the top of it, an enormous, fleshy mushroom, easily 5 feet in diameter. With a squishy sound, it begins to roll down the ramp towards all of you.
This one you can eat.
It's 5 feet across. I can't get that in my mouth.
I hope
I've
there's not
tried.
any snakes.
So here's your situation right now. You're in a dark, narrow cave. Behind you, there's an enormous mushroom rolling down a ramp in your direction. All around you are angry, horny little mushroom people. And up ahead, about 60 feet away, you can just barely see the light at the end of this tunnel. And you're going to need to escape the tunnel before you're crushed by the giant mushroom or overwhelmed by angry mushroom people. And the way we're going to handle this is with a skill challenge. So if you all look down the left-hand side of your character sheet, Devin knows that's going to be at the top of your character sheet.
Yep.
You'll see a list of all your skills.
Yep.
Each of you will choose a skill and then tell me how you use that skill to get to the end of the cave. Then we will, one at a time, for each of you, roll to see if you succeed. And we'll keep going until you've rolled either 6 successes or 3 failures.
Okay.
So you want to get 6 successes to make it safely to the exit, or if you get 3 failures, you will suffer. So you'll each choose a skill from your character sheet. Tell me how you're going to use it to make it to the exit. We'll roll to see if you succeed or fail, and we'll keep going until you get 6 successes, 3 failures. Any questions?
Can we use spells and attacks as part of this, like doing it all together?
Yes, I would say you could. Yeah, if you have a spell that you want to incorporate, yeah, as long as there's a
I have a
roll
good one.
involved. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a giant mushroom rolling after you 30 feet away. There are hundreds of angry, horny mushrooms. Who wants to start?
I can start.
Okay.
I will pull my holy symbol and yell, "We are in the service of Queen Titania. Cross the queen at your own risk." And that's I'm gonna try to use intimidation to get them to back up off of us.
Fantastic. Roll intimidation.
7 + 5 is 12.
Oh,
7 + 5 is 12? Yeah, that's true. Sorry. Math.
I also am a talking pumpkin, so it's not quite as scary as it sounds like.
Yeah, it's all muffled.
yeah, it's not quite that. I'm going to say that with that 12, it doesn't quite do it.
Oh, dear.
The mushrooms just start cackling at you. They are not intimidated. Yeah, you like kind of slip a little bit. Your feet like just slide on the slick floor, and the party is not making any progress towards the exit. That is going to be 1 failure, I'm afraid. Who?
I gotta grab my charger real quick.
Oh, okay. Who wants to go next?
I could.
Okay.
First of all, I could put on a performance that helps my fellow adventurers. Then I can use cat's claws to climb fast and do extra damage when tracking, because I'm going to turn all these mushrooms into salad.
Okay. Woof. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You want to do a performance to inspire everyone as you claw your way through the cave.
Yes.
We're going to do a little performance, and then I'll have you roll with advantage.
I'm at the backseat. Come smell me. Okay, what is my roll? What did I roll?
You rolled a 25.
Whoa.
Yeah, double claw because I have a dew claw.
The party is energized by this performance, and as you sprint along the corridor through this cave, you're just like shredding the mushrooms as you go. It's quite a scene. It's a bit gory, but you have cleared a path. That is one success, one failure. Who wants to go next?
Hometown buffet.
I have something.
Okay.
So as we are starting to walk, I draw my bow and arrow. And as I notch back the arrow, I whisper a couple words to enchant the arrow. I'm casting Ensnaring Strike.
Ooh, okay.
And so I shoot at the I got a 12 to shoot the mushroom. My attack roll is a 12.
Ooh.
Which
I will
probably
say with ensnaring, because you're using your ensnaring strike here, I would give you advantage on this roll.
Okay. Same thing.
Oh, ooh, okay. So your arrow flies towards the mushroom, and I don't think that 12 is gonna cut it. The vines of your ensnaring strike just like get caught on stalactites of the cave, and it just the mushroom rolls straight through them, shredding them. And yeah, that is gonna be another failure, I'm afraid.
Oof.
Oh,
We need
no.
some inspiration. Some bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I've got bardic inspiration. Can I keep spraying my bards on everybody?
Oh my god, I'm covered in bard.
Here's what I'll say. Yeah. So you can use one of your bardic inspiration points to inspire the group, and I could even I think I would allow that to apply retroactively to add a d6 to Bryan's 12s that you just rolled.
That's really all I was asking for, just a D6. It wasn't much.
So Bryan,
All
go
right,
ahead.
so
Yeah.
I'm hearing the music that she is singing as she runs, and it just something about it. It really speaks to me. And it's 16 total.
Okay. That is actually going to succeed. So those ensnaring strike that looked like it had just been like shredded by the mushroom, it actually slows it down a little bit. And it like veers and like rolls to the side, and it buys you a little time. And we're going to call that 2 successes, 1 failure.
Big fan.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
It's whoever wants to go.
I think I'm the last one, right? Like,
Yes.
Go for it.
okay. I have halfling nimbleness, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that's a thing. And I also have, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Misty Step to so like the mushroom can like teleport through, or like I can phase out of the way of the mushroom,
Okay.
right? Like I can do that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna use my halfling nimbleness to like, in my cat form, hop down the path once it's done.
Okay. Which of your skills,
While inspired by this beautiful music that's happening.
which of your skills do you want to use for that? That was probably, if you're doing like a little bit of if you're doing like a hop to avoid it, that might be acrobatics for you.
Yeah. What? Well, I'm hopping on mushrooms, so maybe that's nature. Is that nature?
I could see that. If you're
It's medicinal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's medicinal.
okay, so you like are using your Misty Step, and you're just like poof, disappear, and then poof, reappear in another spot, and you're like bouncing from medicinal mushroom to medicinal mushroom as
Yes. To
Devin
the
is
perfect
shredding them?
syncopation. Yeah. To the perfect syncopation of the music, which is adding to my ability to hop, because the music is so good. I'm like, I'm in the zone. It's a beautiful montage. Yeah.
Roll. I'm gonna have you roll nature for that. Or sorry, medicine
Okay.
for that. Let's see. What is that? Oh, sorry. Did you wanted it to be nature though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So nature is a +4 for you, so that'll get you to a 16. I'm gonna say yes. You are making it. You make it much closer to the
Yay.
exit.
Couldn't have done it without that strumming.
The strumming has propelled you further down the passageway. 3 successes, 1 failure. But as you go, Now, some of these red-capped mushrooms are like they're like the ones that have dodged the shredding from Devin's claws. They're starting to like close in on you, trying to like stop you and push you back. They're like jumping onto your bodies now. So a lot of you have like little mushrooms like clinging to you. And it seems like they're going to try to slow you down.
Can I use my knowledge of Arcana to tell what kind of mushrooms they are?
Yeah, sure. Let's have you roll Arcana.
Yeah.
That is a natural 1.
Oh.
Never heard of a mushroom in your life.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I definitely try to eat one again.
Okay, you have got another one in your jaws. Are you going to try to swallow it?
Yeah. Are you still mad at me for eating these mushrooms?
Eat the big one.
The big one's smashed, right? We're fine with that.
Oh, no,
It's
the big one's-
sentient ones.
It's still going. It's still rolling after you.
Oh,
like, you're
I thought I
ensnaring strike-
teleported out of the way.
Well,
Oh,
you slowed it down, but it's still like you're moving closer to the exit now, but it's still rolling through the cave after the party.
Oh.
Am I allowed to use a thunder wave at this moment?
Yeah. We could couple that with with one of your skills, but you could definitely use a thunder wave here.
Well, first of all, I need to make sure that the team's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, is anybody hurt? Do I need to heal somebody?
Nobody's taking
Carlos
damage.
failed.
Okay.
What does it mean that Carlos failed? Is that an injury?
My self-esteem is hurt, but I don't think your spells fix my self-esteem.
Oh.
Oh, do you want a hug and some ego juice?
maybe after this, maybe after the mushroom thing, we should have a hug.
All right. Well, we can use the old. I don't need to heal. The thunder wave, a blast of energy that pushes things away.
Yeah. If you want to.
Thunder wave.
Yeah. If you want to use that towards the mushroom that's rolling after you, that could slow it down. And let's see, what kind of roll would that be for you? That might be because you're using a spell. That might be an Arcana roll, which is a +3 for you. So let's see how that goes. Oh, that'll get you to a 20.
Nice. Filthy 20.
Breathing room. All right.
So that I'm going to say with a natural 20, that is going to count as 2 successes. So that gets you up to 5.
Okay.
The blast, you just like are casting Thunderwave, and where are you aiming it?
Right at the mushroom cap.
As it's like rolling end over end towards you, you cast Thunderwave back through the cave, and the mushroom is like blown backwards a little bit, like skids and like flies back up the cave. But the stalactites that are like further back in the cave, it like crashes into them and then bounces and starts to roll back down towards the party. But you've bought the party a lot of extra time here. You only need 1 more success or 1 more failure. You have 5 successes, 2 failures. So the party
Is
needs...
there something blocking us? Are we just trying to get past these mushrooms?
You're just like sprinting to the end of the cave. There's like a light at the end that you can see. You're nearly there. You just need 1 more success to make it to the end.
Are we still like kind of covered by the mushroom fellas on us too?
They are still like kind of like gripping onto you and holding onto your clothes.
Okay. Are there any like bats or like mice, other like animals in this cave? I glance
There's
around.
a sheep.
Other non-sentient.
I would say, you can hear like kind of a frantic scuttling and flapping from somewhere in the dark around you.
Oh, hang on. We do have the bell on Vidor's neck. We can summon the vampire cats. That's a thing.
That's true.
Where's Popper?
Where is Popper?
Oh,
Can we just sacrifice him?
Just so...
He's flitting along with you. He's like flying, like trying to make it. He's like, oh geez, I shouldn't have thrown myself in with you all. Oh geez. And he's like trying to make it to the end of the cave as well. So yeah, he's still with you. If you want to use him in some way.
Not for long.
Can I use Channel Divinity to turn the unholy on these mushrooms? They're like mushrooms having sex with each other. They feel very unholy to me.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You want to use Channel Divinity?
Yeah. So I think it'd just be like, because I cast spells with my charisma, would it just be my charisma bonus?
I think this might just be like a raw charisma check for you.
Okay. So
and you
pull the holy symbol and I say, I'm not sure. up to this point what god I worship, but whatever it is, it does not approve of whatever is happening here.
Mm.
I cast Channel Divinity, so I get to D20, and then I added. Am I still being inspired by Devin?
Yeah, if Devin, if you're still like strumming away, I would allow you to add a D6 to this.
16 plus 1 is 17, plus 3 is 19.
And describe for me, what is your holy symbol?
It's a little like blue crystal teardrop that I carry on a necklace.
Ooh. You turn and hold it out to the cave, and a purifying blue light floods over the mushrooms and the giant one that's rolling back towards you, and just like clears out. It blinds everyone for a moment, and you stumble backwards from the light out into the daylight on the other side of the cave. You have made it back out of the cave, and as the light fades down, you see that all of the red-capped mushrooms are now confessing to each other. They have taken up positions where
You made them good Christians.
Yes,
Oh.
where
Roman shiitake.
some are like just sitting there listening, and others just like whispering penitently to each other. And the large mushroom has stopped, and it seems to have like its cap is now like kind of a nice stained glass pattern with the holy light shining through it.
I love a conversion narrative.
And yeah, you have like stumbled backwards and fallen out the other end of the cave, back out into the daylight on the other side.
Can Pear Grinder be in the light?
Yeah, I'm not in vampire mode. I'm in cat mode right now.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
But thank you for checking in on me.
I care.
We also throw blankets over him as soon as he.
I should start traveling with an umbrella just in case.
A little parasol. That's a good
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
And as you step out into the light, you feel the magic swelling up inside you again, Paragrinder. This
no.
time,
Oh
this time you feel your original halfling side, the halfling nature that you had for the first few years of your life,
I
kind of
love an OG moment. Okay.
resuming, taking dominance again. And you just feel like super relaxed. You just want to chill out and enjoy life and not have any problems.
Doesn't sound like a grad student to me, but okay.
It's your halfling hobbity nature is suddenly like snapped back into your mind again.
Okay. All right. I climb back aboard Carol, who I think is currently naked, but it's fine.
Ooh, a bit of a chill out here. And you, looking around, you now see that you are standing in a wooded glade. There's sunlight filtering through the trees. It's a little bit cooler now. You can feel like the sharp chill in the air. The pumpkin spice smell is stronger than ever. And you can see ahead of you, there is a path that leads into a valley between sheer rock walls. The valley's about 50 feet wide, 100 feet long. It's full of beautiful wildflowers. They're growing so thick you can't even see the path in the valley. There's a gnarled tall tree in the center of the flowers, and on the other side of the valley, about 100 feet away from you, you see the path continue on into the dark forest.
Do the bees come back because there's all the clover?
The bees are not immediately here. I suppose you could do something to summon or tempt them if you would like to.
Do the flowers look natural, or like do they have some kind of like poppy smell?
We can use my third eye to determine what's up with these flowers.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Do a perception check. And Grady, if you want, you could do a nature check as well.
Okay. Are both of us doing something? Sorry.
Yeah, so Paragrinder, if you want to do perception here, you do have a +2 on perception. And
Ooh.
Grady, you can do. I'd say this could be nature or survival for you.
23.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
And that is a for Pillow
Survival.
Grinder. That's a perception. Yeah, that's a 21.
Okay.
Oh, we've got these flowers number.
Yeah. So you creep up to the flowers, and you're just like kind of like looking around and checking them out. And Grady, I would say that you can tell these are real, like natural flowers. There's nothing sinister or unnatural about them, except that it seems as though the vines are all connected to each other, winding through this flower patch. And they all lead up to, in the center of the flower patch, there's a tall tree. And just to the side of that tall tree, you can see now there's what looks like a humanoid figure with vines sort of like growing off of its body down towards, into the flower patch. It's got its back to you right now.
Does it look like one of the dryads from the court?
It does indeed.
Oh.
Those dryads.
I turn to Paragrinder and say, have you ever read about one of these?
Yes, I have. Let me tell you what I know about them.
What?
If you want to roll, I'd say Arcana to see what you know
Okay.
about.
Yeah. I have a +6 for that.
That'll get you to a 16. You
Okay,
know
is that
that
good?
dryads are intensely protective of the natural world over which they have dominion. So they are very they're very defensive of nature and the environment.
Do we have to go through this field?
The flower patch fills the entire valley in front of you, and there's like rock wall, like probably about 100 feet high on either side.
Okay, so so we definitely have to pass this dryad to get to where we're going. Yes. Yeah.
Can I call out to the dryad and try to get its attention from without stepping on the flowers?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you say?
Just say, we can't tell if it has a gender or anything. Excuse me, beautiful tree, beautiful wild one. Would you mind making a passageway so that we could pass through this valley without stepping on your beautiful hair?
Oh, she turns around. She's like, "Ooh, hello, thank you, for your kind words and your consideration. What brings you out to the forest? Why should I allow you to pass? Why should I disturb my flowers for mortals such as you?"
We are on a mission for Queen Titania, and if we need to pass through here to finish it. But if we finish it, we're given wishes, and I can use one of those wishes to make this field even more beautiful than it already is.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Wow.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, I'm like looking up how to light them on fire.
What a generous and non-lethal offer you make. Agreeus, roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay. So it is 13 plus 3, 16.
If you promise to benefit the natural order with your newfound powers, I would gladly allow you to pass. And you see the flowers kind of rustle and shimmy, and a pathway through them starts to appear as they move to the side, clearing a winding path through the glen of flowers.
Oh.
Proceed.
Nice.
And yeah, you have the pathway ahead is clear.
I was gonna light her up. Okay, awesome.
What was that?
wait.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch.
Nothing. No, never mind. Okay, I'll go ahead first in case. In Hobbit form, atop Carol, trot
Okay.
down the way.
Yeah, you are easily able to proceed down this path, taking in the flowers and the scent. And as you go, you can see like the chill of winter seems to be just arriving at the beginning of the flower patch. The cave that you emerged from, there's kind of like a sharp, like a wind that rustles through the trees, and leaves fall down to the ground. They're kind of crinkled and brown now, but in the flower patch, you're able to make it all the way across to the other side, and then the flowers close back in over the path behind you.
Yay!
And
Nice work, Carlos.
Thanks.
Very smooth.
You did it.
Very. After confirmation that I actually have a god that exists, I suddenly feel very bad.
Yes.
I think you've been walking this whole time. I should stop being an asshole.
She's like, thank you for your kindness, worship. And as you pass, she's like, what? By the way, what god? I see, paladin, that you have this holy symbol around your neck. What god do you worship?
I tell her that it's.
Don't get into a religious conversation with her. We're clear.
I say it's Undyne, the goddess of water.
Ooh. Yeah, she nods sagely and she says, "May Undyne bless you in your journeys." And she kind of like rests a hand on your shoulder as you go by, and feels like you understand each other.
Before we leave the field, let's turn back and say, "My head's not normally a pumpkin. It's a whole." Just I feel like I should say that because
She still likes you. She still likes you.
Okay.
Don't sell yourself short. The pumpkin's working. It's good. I like it. Kind of jealous. Wish I could get mine to do that.
Okay.
And now you have made it across the pumpkin patch, through the flower patch, and you're proceeding through the woods. And as you go, once more, Peregrinder feels that strange pull of magic inside. You feel kind of a tightness in your clothes because wool is starting to sprout once again.
Hot. Oh,
going. The wool is like growing faster than ever. It's because of the cold weather. It seems like you're growing kind of a winter coat here, and you've returning
mode again
to your sheep mode.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'll climb down off Carol. I feel weird when we're both sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes, it's nice to have someone to talk to. It's nice to treat each other as equals sometimes.
It's a dry mount.
That sounds that comment sounded pointed, Carol, but I'll...
Yes, egalitarian this way.
At least she's not glued to me anymore.
That's true. That's true. Took a long time a lot of Gugon to get the web spell from last year out of my coat.
Okay, awesome. Well, I guess we keep going down the path.
Yeah, as you're walking through the woods, the air is getting very brisk. You're shivering a little bit, all of you except Peregrinder. Smell of pumpkin spice stronger than ever. And then you reach the tree line of the dark woods. You stumble out into a large pumpkin patch. You see orange gourds growing everywhere. They're nestled in thick vines. There's hay bales and dried corn stalks piled here and there. There's crows perched on every surface around you. And standing about 50 feet ahead in the patch, you see a massive, towering scarecrow made of wicker and hay.
He's
not doing a very good job.
Yeah.
I don't like a scarecrow.
It's made of wicker and hay. It's about 30 feet tall. Its arms are just outstretched. It's dried hay sticking out of its body. And the birds around you just kind of like quietly, caw,
caw, caw, caw. Cluck, cluck, hoot.
What are they? What are they saying?
Yeah, that's right. You can understand them. And they were crowing.
Yeah, they are issuing just little warnings to each other. They're just like letting each other know, visitors, protect, defend.
Oh no, I don't like any of that.
Be on guard.
Are any of them on the scarecrow?
Not right now.
Okay. Okay, great. I love how you said that.
Would I be allowed to do something in like a large swath, one big move?
What did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking about creating in this area where no sound can exist, then the four of us can use semaphore to create an attack.
Why are we
Yes.
worried about sound?
Because they're hot. Because they're so yippy yappy. They're like,
Okay.
yeah, they're like a parrot. Who needs it?
Right.
Yeah, you can cast silence.
That's definitely the thing I'm most worried about. Is the unpleasant sound of a bird.
I know, but they're talking to each other to form an attack.
Right, that's
So
true.
if we don't have them talking to each other, they can't garner foul language.
Okay. Yeah, I'm into that.
So you
So
can
let's-
cast silence. It's got about a 20-foot radius on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Could you please roll me a 26, please?
so there's no roll for this one.
Are you taking requests?
You can just cast it. There's no roll. There's no
Okay.
test.
So everything, create an area where no sound can exist. So it's all hand signals.
Yeah. And let's see.
And
That
flags.
lasts 10 minutes.
Semaphore.
And suddenly the soft cawing sound of the birds just like falls dead. It's like just dead silent around. Are you casting it like around you in sort of a bubble?
Well, I was thinking of like a concentric circle. The four of us are fine right here,
Uh-huh.
and then outside of that, like an ozone
Uh-huh.
layer.
Awesome.
This is testing the bounds of what silence allows, but I like where you're going with this. So I'm gonna say you can creep slowly forward, and you just want to silence all the birds around you.
Yeah, because it's almost like we're using echo. An echo of silence.
Can I add to this by casting fog cloud
Yes, you may.
so that they also can't see us
Yeah,
as well as hear us?
absolutely. Describe for me what you do with the fog cloud.
Don't say an echo of fog.
Yeah, just an echo, just echoing fogness. Yeah. No, it just sort of spills over the field so that the crows can't see us in their midst.
Yeah.
It also means we now can't use our semaphores to communicate, but you know.
But we can smell that spice. That's all we
Yeah,
gotta do.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're fogged out.
So you
Yeah.
creep along. You're moving forward through the field.
Yeah.
I'm full elbows, knees, crawling through Warzone.
I am a sheep, so I'm.
So is
clomping.
Fedor.
I'm Kat. I can see in the dark. I'm good.
We're supposed to talk to someone, right? Like the biggest pumpkin is a name.
Or the
actually don't remember.
scarecrow.
What were we supposed to do?
I think we're supposed to, there's a pumpkin. There's a big pumpkin, I think, named like Pudgy or something that we're supposed
Oh,
to.
there was a pump.
This
Yes.
one. This pumpkin.
Well, we got it.
That's the one. You got him.
Done.
It's pumpkin pie.
Oh.
I know.
You were told by Titania that the pumpkin spice was guarded by Dumpy the pumpkin.
Don't be the pumpkin.
Is this thing
Guarded.
a pumpkin? I thought it was a scarecrow,
It is a scarecrow. There's little pumpkins all around the patch, but
it's not. It's not the pumpkin.
There are no
okay.
pumpkin components to the scarecrow.
Is there somewhere visibly we're supposed to be going past this guy?
I have Vidor sniffing the air to see where the pumpkin spice is.
Oh, good.
If
Good.
you can.
Let's
I can
have
use
him.
my third eye to help out too.
Yeah, let's have Vidor and Paragrinder roll perception.
Really good. 19.
Okay. Vidor is just pointed straight ahead, past, directly between the legs of the scarecrow. It's it's a huge 30-foot tall scarecrow, and just pointed straight ahead in that direction. It is also, because you've cast that fog cloud, very hard to see what is out there. You're just kind of in this misty pea soup sort of fog as you're crawling ahead through the field. Not
Did I
really
perceive anything?
What did you? Oh, sorry. Let's have you roll. You rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Ooh.
hey, there we go.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where we're supposed to go here.
Just as that fog cloud closed in around you, you caught between the Scarecrow's legs on the far, far side of the field, you could see an enormous 10-foot tall pumpkin.
Oh.
Can I just point out that the chat has some really fire puns right now? Someone said Titania Harding, which is really good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Do we think the crows are guarding the scarecrow or the pumpkins? Like, should we bring the scarecrow with us to keep them away from us?
It's like 30 feet tall, right?
The scarecrow's
Sorry?
tall?
Yeah, I think it's like a big built thing. Is that right, Matt?
yes,
Okay.
Maybe Popper is trying to sniff or snort the scarecrow. Is
yeah,
Is Popper still here?
he's
right?
still with you. He's still flitting
Right.
along with you. Let's kind of like nervously,
Yeah,
like lost in
Well,
the fog.
does he know where we are? Is this where he got the pumpkin
Yeah.
spice?
Yeah. So if you want to ask him, if this is the right place.
Yeah.
I guess we
okay.
can't really talk to him because
Oh.
it's silence.
Right.
You just barely make each other out inside this fog that you've created, the silence and fog that seems to be causing a
Okay.
lot of problems for you.
I am going towards the pumpkin.
Yeah, I'll try to
Peregrine
head to the
saw.
pumpkin. Yeah.
You are crawling on hands and knees across the field. You're shrouded in fog and silence, and then you crash. You run into something. It is the ankle of the Scarecrow you've crashed into. And it slowly starts to move, and it raises up and settles back down on the ground. And then you hear kind of a low rumble as the other one raises up and settles back down on the ground. And then a large fist made of dried hay and like corn stalks slams down on the ground very close to you with a crash and a thud. It looks like the Scarecrow's just like kind of blindly, because the fog is obscuring everyone, just like slamming down on the ground. And of course, now that I say that, there is no sound associated with this stuff. There's no thud or rumble. It's just like
Right.
dead
Echoes of
silence.
silence. Yeah.
Dead silence of this giant Scarecrow like slamming down on the ground, trying to hit you. But you're obscured for the moment.
Can we call the Scarecrow Nancy Kerrigan just for this?
Nancy
Sure.
Kerrigan.
Nancy the Scarecrow.
Nancy Scarrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Nancy-
Are we going to attack its leg? Is that what this is? I cast Silent Image.
Mhm.
Oh.
It's up through the cloud that I make a giant swirling fireball. The image of a giant swirling fireball, floating, like whirling in the air, like kind of between the Scarecrow and the pumpkin, in the effort to try to scare it away from us and out towards that way.
Okay. So you're gonna cast Silent Image and create an illusion of a giant fireball.
Yes.
Is there? I'm just checking Silent Image. Yeah, I don't think there's any roll there. Yeah,
Huh.
purely
Can I-
visual.
Can we cast a spell? Could I do Vicious Mockery right now?
Yeah, you could do that too. Yes.
Because that would make it hard for an enemy to attack any of my friends here by insulting it. And my insult is, I have a match.
Is it scared of fire? Is that what we're going with?
It
I
is
was guessing.
draw.
It's hay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Draw.
In that case, I'm gonna use my my scroll of transformation,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna turn into a giant 30-foot fire demon.
Okay.
I'm going to light you.
Yeah, I'll just be a big pile. I'll turn into exactly what he is, but then on fire.
Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. Grady casts the illusory fire up into the air, and the Scarecrow suddenly stumbles backwards and like loses balance and like starts to like back in horror, away from the illusory ball of flame. Devin reaches up with all 4 arms that you've got, because you've got extra arms now, and there's a lit match in each of your arms, just like rising up from the fog cloud. And then Paragrinder wanted to use the scroll of polymorph. Is that right?
Yeah, is that what it was called?
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm gonna turn into, I don't know, what would be like a good, I'll just be like a big fire hulky thing. Like a Megazord on fire. Is that an option? Is that a spell?
From out of the center of the fog cloud, with the matches raised aloft, a giant fiery demon creature suddenly raises up with its arms outstretched. And what do you do?
I smash him in his stupid face.
You smash him as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Do you want this to be an attack, or do you want this to be intimidation? Are you trying to hurt him or scare him?
No, we're taking him down.
Okay. Let's roll an attack on that. That's a 19.
Oh.
You punch him as hard as you can in the face, and he goes down on his back on the ground. And he's like just laid out on the ground. And now I'm going to give you an option here. Do you want to, like, he's not like knocked out. He's just like pushed onto his back. Do you want to continue fighting him, or do you want to run?
Can I say, hi, can we please have your pumpkin spice?
After you've punched him?
Yeah, after I've punched him. Yeah.
Okay, so you're just like standing over him and very nicely asking for the pumpkin spice. Yeah. He roars, he bellows back at you and reaches around to punch you back. Everybody, roll initiative. You are going to be
I'm on fire.
in
He's going to get hurt punching me.
So I'm going to roll for Devin. You're going to be at 15.
Remember, I've got vicious mockery. He's going to have a hard time.
That's right, yeah.
Because I called him diminutive.
And...
Oh, I guess I couldn't say anything because it was silent, right?
No, we're fine. It's the
yeah, you're outside the bubble.
Echo, the echo of silence.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Devin, I rolled initiative for you. You rolled pretty well. You got a 15 there, so that means you're going to be going pretty early in the attack. And how's Agrias doing?
I have an 8.
Okay, Agrias gets an 8, and Grady?
Grady got 11, and Vidor got a 16.
And 16 for Vidor. Not bad. Okay, so we are moving into attack to fight the Scarecrow now. And this is going to be turn-based, so everybody's going to have a turn to go and do their thing. This is basically all going to be happening at the same time, but in turns. And
did he get hurt from my first punch already?
He has taken a little bit of damage, yeah.
A little bit? I'm on... Oh, fine.
So,
fine.
I'm going to say, like... Because you, the spell of polymorph is not going to allow you to turn entirely into just like a raging inferno fire demon. You are incendiary, and you have like little glowing, like embers, like all throughout your body, like veins of fire running through your body.
Okay, all right.
And so he's going to take.
Am I still a sheep?
You also have tufts of wool, but you now look like like a rocky demon sort of body.
A flaming sheep demon.
Flaming sheep demon.
That works with me.
And Vidor is first in the attack.
And so is the dude still down right now, the Scarecrow?
He's down. He's on his back. Yeah.
Okay, I think Vidor is gonna run forward and start at its ankle, one of its ankles there on the ground, start tearing at the hay and wood, whatever, holding together the ankle. Let's truly Nancy Kerrigan it.
Sure. Roll your attack for that.
And does he have advantage because he's prone?
I think so. Yeah.
He is also an enormous Scarecrow, so I mean, I could see it, right?
I would allow this to be advantage because he's on his back.
Okay, cool. So 17 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
which I assume hits, and then 10. Yeah, 10 damage.
Okay.
Here's grabbing.
Yeah,
He's gone more feral now that he's in combat.
he's remembered what it is to be a fox, and he's like
yes.
pulling like big like mouthfuls of hay and straw out from the Scarecrow's legs. Yeah, and he's done 10 damage to the Scarecrow. Anything else on his turn?
No, he's doing that this whole turn, just ripping.
Okay, we're gonna go to Devin next.
Here's where I'm thinking. First of all, I'm going to make them laugh so hard that they cannot attack, because that's how Tasha is, and Tasha gave me her hideous laughter.
Great.
So he's laughing so hard, can't attack. And while he's not attacking, I'm going to move at double speed because I've got feline agility when I'm fighting. So double speed. Remember, I'm also a figure skater cat. So I'm going to Lutz, flip, carry. I'm going to do sit spin and a
Plus,
death.
you've got those extra
death
arms
drop.
for balance.
Yes, I do. And finish it up with an Ina Bauer, and the Russian judge will give us a 10.
Okay, so you're gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yes.
Great. So he's gonna have to do a Wisdom save, and let's see how that affects him.
How can he do it with one hand?
He has rolled a 5.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing about scarecrows.
The Scarecrow is now, as he's like reaching up to punch back, he just starts like cackling. It's this horrible, like deep, monstrous.
Oh, you made him
echoing
scarier.
laughter that's just like echoing across the field. And yeah, he's gonna have disadvantage on his next attack. And he's unable to stand up now because he's laughing so hard. And because of your double arms, you do get a second attack on your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Might please take that now.
Yes.
Okay. I also know a little bit of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to throw that in. And as a cat, you know, I've got these back legs. I've got, for no reason, I'm just going to like chomp down and hold.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
join Vidor.
Yeah. Vidor and I we've already exchanged numbers. I'm just letting you know.
I'm really
And sense.
Great. Yeah. So you're just like you've gone feral as well, and like you're just like with your feline agility, like leaping from like place to place on the Scarecrow, just like tearing away at him. I'm gonna have you roll an attack for that. That's a 15. That's gonna hit, and you're gonna do. I'm gonna say 11 points of damage there.
Ooh.
So yeah, you're just like ripping tufts of hay out from the Scarecrow, just like snarling and growling. It's brutal. And next up, is there anything else that you want to do on your turn? You can move, or you could talk, or
Yes. I would like to decast my silent spell.
Oh, I would say that would probably take a second turn to do, because like
I see.
dropping it would take
understand.
is a little too complicated.
Okay, because maybe next time I could use a mirror,
Mhm.
and then it could hit off because double echoes, and then it all negates it. That's
Yeah.
physics.
Okay.
Just read a book sometime. It's
Wh-
physics.
Yeah. We have a Grady next.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna draw my swords and run over to the other ankle.
Okay.
And be hacking away at those. So my first one is over 20 to hit,
Mhm.
And it's 4 damage. And then with my second sword, it is 19 to hit.
Woof. Okay.
And then it does 6 more damage.
Wow. Yeah, you're just like hacking and slashing away at his legs. He's just like falling to pieces there. Anything else you want to do?
I think I call over to Vidor and Devin, who are just really having a moment, and say, y'all make a cute couple.
Okay. We're making our own music now.
Okay, and it's gonna be, let's see, the Scarecrow's turn next.
Oh no.
He is gonna try to like punch at Paragrinder, the fiery wool sheep demon, but he's gonna have disadvantage on this because he's oh boy, I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Take that.
Yeah, that punch just like completely sails to the side, and he's going to try to roll a wisdom save to shake off this laughter. He rolls.
Oh, is he still laughing? Oh, I
He
don't
is
like that. That's
still
very upsetting.
horribly laughing. Well, so he rolled an 8 to get out of that, Tasha's hideous laughter, which would ordinarily save, but he is going to use a legendary action, and he is going to succeed. He is going to choose to succeed
Legendary.
instead of failing.
Oof.
So he gets out of the laughter and roars furiously and puts one arm down on the ground and another, and he like raises up onto his knees. His legs are a little like shredded now below the knees, but he's like like pulling himself up to fight again. And who's next? It is Paragrinder next.
Is he on fire?
There is just like a little bit of a smoldering where you punch him in the side of his head.
Oh.
There's like
Do I get just one action?
You get an action on your turn, yes.
Okay. In that case, will it hurt him more if I punch him, or should I use Firebolt?
There's only one way to find out.
Okay, I'll just Firebolt him then.
Okay, describe for me how you cast firebolts.
I pull a clump of my flaming wool off my shoulder, and I just like stick it to his forehead.
Woof. Okay. You're gonna do a spell attack to. True, you rolled a 19.
Wow.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, take that, fuzzy flame.
Okay, you slam this like smoldering bit of wool into his forehead, and it erupts into flame. His entire head is engulfed in fire, and it's burning huge. Like he's roaring and shrieking inside this giant flaming ball of fire on top of his shoulders. And
I am so
flailing his
glad
arms.
he's not laughing anymore because the cackling, burning Scarecrow would be a little too much.
Right.
And he's going to use a reaction to try to punch you one more time. Paragrinder, he has rolled an 18. That, I think, is going to beat your armor class. Yeah, your armor class is 12.
Oh no. Is there anything I can do? Can I use my hobbit nimbleness?
I don't know how applicable hobbit nimbleness is going to be. The
Okay,
giant
all right.
monster.
Okay.
You're going to take...
Can I use my bow tie of locate object to detect his fist coming and dodge it?
You can
Am I still wearing a bow tie?
absolutely, because I really want this fire demon to be wearing a bow tie.
All right.
It's just spinning wildly, but it is... no, I'm going to say that's going to be an action. You are not able to
right.
dodge this move.
Fine.
You're going to take 9 points of damage from his
Oh.
Oh.
scratchy scarecrow fist just slamming into your head. And
Ow.
next up, so it is still your turn. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I can do more things? What else
So
can I do?
you've used your actions, so now you can move, you can say something, you could do like a really minor thing like, I don't know, tying your shoes.
Uh,
Or tying the Scarecrow shoes together.
Yes.
well, he's already on his knees, right? Because you
That's
talked
true.
about at the knee. Does Carol have to do anything? Can Carol attack?
What do you want Carol to do?
I want Carol to, while I'm down after getting hit real bad, she runs up my back and then cannonballs into his face.
Okay. This is going to be... You want your sheep, you want to persuade your sheep to run up your body and leap into the flaming...
Yeah, just through his scarecrow head. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Um,
just like, I'm down on my back, but Carol's like hero move, like runs up my back and then spirals into his
Wow.
face. Yeah.
I would allow you to try to make this happen if you tell me what you say to Carol to convince her that she should do this.
Oh yeah, she's not feeling me these days.
You took her blood, you know.
Yeah, I've been using
And her wool.
Yeah.
Um. Uh. mm.
She is, yeah,
I
she's a
say-
shorn sheep. Go ahead.
I say, Carol, we've been together for a long time,
We sure have. We had some great times.
and I just feel like I've really taken you for granted lately. What with stealing your body hair and feeding on your life essence. But
What
I'm
are
ready
friends
to
for?
I'm ready to turn over a new leaf, Carol. We just need to get through this, you and me together. What do you say? That's what I say.
All right, I'm going to have you roll persuasion.
Okay.
18.
Oh my-
Hey, she's into it, right? That's what that means.
She
It's
gives you
surprising you get laid at all.
Our relationship is not sexual. She seems to be an old lady sheep, as far as I know.
Mutton.
Yeah.
She gives
yeah.
she gives you kind of a skeptical look, and she's like, "Remember, I can see the future, and I know how good a promise from you is worth. But I also know that you're gonna owe me big for this."
Oh,
She
Carol.
takes a running leap along your body, up your back, and along your arm, and she leaps through the flaming scarecrow's face. She rolls a 16 on that attack.
Oh.
Oh,
She-
okay. Good for Carol.
Flies into the scarecrow's face and out the other end.
Yeah.
And there is now a hole punched through the middle of the scarecrow's, like a
Lesser.
ring of fire atop the scarecrow's shoulders. And she tucks and rolls and lands just at the back of the fog cloud. She disappears into the fog cloud.
Oh no, Carol. I'm out of actions.
You're out of actions.
Oh damn. Okay.
It's
all right.
Agrias' turn next.
Okay, given that I'm in fog and all this shit is happening, is he like aware of me? Like, if I attack him right now, am I blindsiding him?
You are obscured by the fog cloud.
Okay. Does one of his legs look weaker than the other? I'm gonna like literally try to Nancy Kerrigan him.
He's down on his knees already, I think. Right?
Yeah. So the ankle that Vidor started in on, he's now like almost completely shredded, and that like there's virtually no structural integrity to that leg left.
Okay. Then can I reach his head if he's on his knees, or can I only reach the leg?
It's pretty high up, but you could potentially climb Paragrinder.
Okay. So seeing what Carol just did, I'm gonna take my cues and climb a Paragrinder and try to like jump leaping strike onto the head of the scarecrow with my sword. Is that
Okay.
possible?
Roll your attack.
Okay. I'm gonna get a 1, and this is how Grace is gonna die. Landing on her neck, wearing a bunch of armor. 16.
As the flaming sheep hurtles through his head, you emerge up from the cloud of fog, pulling your way up along the woolly fire demon, and then you leap into the burning scarecrow, slamming it was your sword that you were attacking with?
Yeah, my sword.
Slamming your sword down into his head, you disappear into the flames, and he collapses down. His fiery head falls down into his shoulders. His chest bursts into flame. His arms fall limply to the side, down to the ground, and the entire scarecrow disintegrates into flaming, burning, smoldering hay strands that drift down and crash to the field below. And the fog swirls around as the scarecrow is just out. He is gone.
Yay!
Woo!
Can I look for Carol?
Yeah, you can see kind of just limping out of the fog. She's making her way over to you.
I run over to Carol and I hug her and I say, I'm so sorry for what I said when I was hungry.
I look at the rest of the party and I say, if anyone asks, Carol struck the final blow on this.
Carol's like, yeah, it was me. Look what I did. I can't believe it. I should be able to see the future, but I guess I just never knew I had it in me. So the Scarecrow is gone. The fog cloud is dissipating, and you can see, like, way across the field, there is a big orange pumpkin about 10 feet tall.
This is Pudgy.
Dumpy, but
Who speaks pumpkin? Let's go talk to the pumpkin.
Is pumpkin
Yeah, let's go over.
Yeah.
The like smoke of the field is kind of like clearing behind you as you make your way over to the giant pumpkin at the far side of the field. It looks like it has a face carved on the front, and as you approach, the face kind of like looks up and he sees you and he's like, oh, hello, welcome to the patch. I guess you're here for the spice.
I still have a pumpkin head, so I walk forward and say, hello, brother.
Plot twist.
I'm here for the pumpkin spice, but I promise you that if we have it, it will do much to advance the cause of our species and our race.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Ooh, well, that sounds interesting. What exactly do you have in mind? What are you going to do for our people?
So you know that have you heard of the dryad that's in the valley not too far away?
Oh yeah.
She has asked for the power to change her head into a pumpkin like ours, and if I get the pumpkin spice, Queen Titania will give me a wish to give her that pumpkin head. So that whole beautiful field of flowers will be full of flowers and also pumpkins.
Whoa, that sounds like a beautiful dream, and I want to give you all the pumpkin spice, but here's the problem. I've just been feeling kind of down in the dumps lately, and kind of depressed. It's probably seasonal affective disorder. You know how it goes.
Right.
I've just been feeling not so spicy lately, but I feel like I could trust you with the spice. If you could just, I don't know, anything you could do to cheer me up or make me feel spice in my life again.
I look back to the group and I'm like, I'm not having sex with this thing. Whatever, I know that I have the head.
Not again.
Would he be into a song?
Yeah, what'd you have in mind?
Pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice. Thank you for your very own pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice.
Oh, what a time to have network problems.
Oh no.
Okay, so we had just a little glitchiness in the Zoom call, but
not handle what was happening.
There was a echoing kind of spiritual, like from the beyond, a strange song floats out over the field, and the party, they all turn. You can see Devin playing a ukulele with all four arms.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that. Now they're just like doing a little jig. They're dancing. Not so serious. Smiles abound. It's almost coming to a resolution.
Sing the resolution song. Yay!
Oh, I love this song. My favorite Act 3 number. I know it anywhere. Oh, yes. Denouement, my favorite song. As you sing, a smile is spreading across his face, and there's sort of a warmth that radiates out from the pumpkin patch as little orange globes appear in the vines around him, and they swell larger and larger, and then poof, 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 they start popping into the spicy aroma, and the air is filled with a warm, comforting pumpkin spice scent. And then more orange gourds start to swell, and poof, one of them bursts, and you see some of the fey creatures from the Feywild step out from the burst pumpkin. Poof, another one. It's the dryad from the court that stood next to Queen Titania. Poof, there's the satyr with the horn. He's kind of blushing at Peregrinder. Poof, poof, poof. Some cats step out of other pumpkins, and the hags step forward out of another one. They're leading their monster that you created. And then the largest pumpkin of all like swells up from the ground and parts open like a curtain. And Queen Titania steps forward in a cloud of pumpkin spice. Well met, adventurers. We are amused. You have obtained the pumpkin spice. You have entertained the court. The 3 wishes are yours. Ask, and you shall be rewarded.
You only get 3?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Carl, so disrespectful to the queen.
None for you. No. Pardon me. The 4 wishes are yours. I'm so used to doing this in groups of 3. It's usually how these stories go.
Guys, we never summoned those vampire cats, nor my vampire thrall.
Got that in our back pocket.
We know what the plot of the next campaign we have is going to be.
The vampire cat campaign, maybe in everyone's future.
Well, Carlos, you had a wish you had to make, right?
Yeah, so when this mission started, I was like resolute that my wish was going to be to return Agrias to her normal form, like no pumpkin head, no cattail, to go back to normal. But after today's adventure, I like realized that my god responds to me and cares about me even if I look like this and doesn't care how I look. So instead, I used my wish to give the dryad in the valley the ability to create pumpkins and turn into pumpkins like me whenever she wishes.
So noble, so sweet.
Very nice. Very
Wonderful. And Peregrinder.
The chat is crying.
Oh yeah, the chat's so happy. Peregrinder, Carol sidles up for you, and she's like, "This better be good."
I'd like to go last if I can.
Oh, okay. Titania still, she's looking out at Devin and Grady.
I think I say, I have my hat in my hand as well, and say, sorry, I'm doing other NPC voices. Queen Titania, I wish that Vidor could speak.
Aww.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. She'll probably compliment your bangs. Oh, he'll probably compliment your bangs. Yes. And Devin.
Well, I don't ask for much, but I need a 4-handed ukulele. I need a saucer of milk for my party to share. And if Vito and I could get together, that would get me out of heat.
Has Vidor been able to talk yet, or is this going to happen in a bit?
It will all will be granted once
Okay.
once all wishes have been made. Yes, a 4-handed. What was it? A 4-handed ukulele, a saucer of milk.
Saucer of milk, and if I can hook up with the fox.
Oh.
Not much. Not much.
I think all these things could be arranged. And then she turns to Peregrinder.
You know, I feel like I learned to appreciate the people in my life more on this adventure, and not to take people for granted, and to stop questing for power.
Did you learn that?
But I think I'm gonna fight that impulse.
Wow.
And so I think what I'm gonna wish for is to replace the queen as ruler of the Feywild.
You're a monster.
So I think what I'm gonna wish for is your throne. And as
Be careful
I say
how you
this,
word that, my friend.
And as I say this, the vampire cats and Madeline, the
Yes.
vampire thrall, join me from behind.
All right. Queen Titania laughs. She waves her hand. Carlos, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and turning, you see the dryad from the valley. She has a matching pumpkin head now.
Oh, so sweet.
She just kind of like leans her pumpkin head into yours. Grady, Vidor clears his throat, and he says, "You look good with bangs."
Aww.
And Devin, you feel kind of a shimmer in your arms, and a ukulele appears with like it's got two of those, I don't know the terms for anything, necks, frets, I don't know what they're called. You've got a four-handed ukulele in your arms, and a saucer of milk, a giant saucer of milk down on the ground, and the Vidor kind of like just glances over at you and gives you a wink.
Oh yeah, no magic required. He's into it.
All you had to do was ask, he says. And Peregrinder, you feel kind of a slipping, sliding sensation under your feet as the vines of the pumpkin patch swirl around and suddenly grow upwards around and underneath you. You are a large, fiery, woolly demon still.
Cheap demon, yes.
And a throne starts to appear made out of vines and mushrooms sprouting out of it. And it grows just underneath you so you can like just settle back in and relax on it. And you are now sitting on a giant vine and mushroom throne.
Awesome.
And Titania, go ahead.
No. I might wait. You finish your thing.
Titania kind of pats you on the shoulder. She's grown large to match you now. She pats you on the shoulder. She says, "To be honest, I could use a vacation." And she kind of like brushes herself off, and her fairy gowns and robes and silks become sort of like a Hawaiian print. And she just like lowers her hands down over her face with some sunglasses, and she comes. She reaches her arm down to the dryad who was standing next to her at the court, and she says, "All right, Diane, let's go." And
Diane.
She picks the dryad up in her arms. The dryad is holding some luggage, some suitcases in either arm, and she says, "Take good care of the place while we're gone." And then poof, they're gone in a cloud of pumpkin spice.
Oh!
Congratulations.
Of how Anthony became the final boss of the next game.
I want just as my first act, I want to declare it Carol Day, and all the vampire cats now set about decorating the court to celebrate poor Carol, long-suffering Carol, who needs a break.
It is
and some blood.
And some blood. She might be a vampire now, yeah.
As credits roll, we see a month later as the glade, the enchanted glade, is decorated with statues and portraits of Carol. She's being held aloft on a platform by vampire cats as the court looks on and applauds, and everyone takes a nice tall drink of pumpkin spice latte, and pumpkins appear everywhere around the glade. Vidor and Devin, arm in arm, just laughing together as we iris in and fade to black.
This was such a
Yay.
good ending. What the hell?
Congratulations, you have completed the Fall Fairy Festival just in time for our donation that just got us to $1,000.
Hey!
Ah.
Thanks, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank
amazing.
you.
My goodness gracious. Thanks to all of you. Thank you to Anthony Oliveira. Thank you to Devin Green. Thank you to Carlos Maza. Thank you to Bryan Wuest for joining us for this adventure. Everybody, let's just talk about where folks can find you on the internets and see you out in the world. Devin, why don't you start off?
You can always find me at Devin, Deven Green.com.
Fantastic. And Carlos?
At Gay Wonk on everything, and you can see my videos on Vox's YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic. And Anthony?
I'm everywhere as Mia Koopa, MEAKOOPA, and AnthonyOliveira.com. But Mia Koopa is everywhere. So
Fantastic. And Bryan?
You can find me a little bit at bryanweest.com, and you can look at scholarly articles I've written or cross stitches I've done.
oh.
That is delightful. Fantastic. Huge thank you to everyone who joined us today. I'm just so over the moon delighted by how wonderful this has gone. And thank you to everyone who donated. Oh my goodness. We got, let's see. It looks like Danielle was the one who put us over the top to $1,000.
Yeah, Danielle.
Thank you.
Oh.
That's wonderful.
I
Hooray.
think I know
and
that,
thank you.
Danielle. That might be L-Star. The
Aw.
person in the chat.
Yay, yeah. So I'm going to say, like, just looking back up through the chat, thanks to everybody who joined us in the chat here. We've got Uncle Deadly who wants a Devin Vidor and Paragrinder Satyr double date spin-off show.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
fantastic.
that satyr is definitely my court favorite, to the envy and frustration of everyone else, for sure.
What was the title of the I can't remember anybody's name, but King James had a sidekick.
Oh yeah, the Duke of Buckingham. Yeah, the Duke of Buckingham. He used to have secret passages through the castle so that they could hook up at night. Yeah.
It was the Gentleman of the Bedchamber was his
Yes.
title.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Thank you to It's Horny in the chat, or It's Henry in the chat. And C Bombadillo, thank you. And L-Star, woo, thank you so much. Jackie says we want the erotic Devin Vidor fanfic. I mean that is the wish for Queen Titania.
I want to thank Jack, Kai, and Ned.
Yeah, you had a little team of off-camera support there who helped you. Like, I will say, Devin, you sent me your character sheet a couple days ago, and this is like one of the best character sheets I've ever seen in my life. It is.
That was from a 14-year-old who helped me.
Oh.
It's amazing, honestly. He's incredible.
Yeah. Like, not only is it just like a great character who's like, the stats are very, very good, but all the details here are great, and the penmanship is fantastic.
He's got a great future.
I think so. I
Well, it
think
was
so.
so lovely to meet all of you. You're amazing.
Me too.
Oh,
Honestly,
same.
You're so good.
And
That
that's
was
also
so much
thank
fun.
Matt, our DM,
Oh.
for running the
Yes.
game.
So clever.
Good session.
It's a lot of work.
The wheels could have fallen off this at any point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, imagine if that happened.
Matt was dragging a wheelless carriage that entire
No.
time.
Did we not do anything you expected us to do, or vice versa?
Oh gosh, there were a lot of surprises in there. Yeah, so there is a lot of no spoilers in case we run this adventure in other ways and with different people. But there were characters that you did not meet. There were spells that were not cast. There were fights that were not had. So there is lots more out in the world. But that having been said, that doesn't mean like, oh, you should have found it. Because a lot of the stuff that you did do, as always goes in D&D, was stuff that I had no idea was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I would say like conservatively estimating about 90% of what you did was stuff that I could not have in a million years have anticipated.
That sounds all right.
It really does, like including the spraying of the owls. I think was one of the most arresting moments of the campaign.
You didn't plan for Devin Green scent glands in your team.
Somehow that one just was not a component of our prep.
I really respect how Devin describes what she's doing and then also describes how it succeeds.
Let's just save some time.
Yes.
Like to cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that trick for sure.
Well, we also have, this is our, I believe, fourth D&D Extra Life adventure. If folks want to see what came before and some of our prior exploits, you can head over to YouTube. I have on my YouTube channel, I just started a playlist that has all the past Extra Life quests and stuff, so you can watch hours and hours and hours of footage of various adventures that got us to this point. Somehow, against all odds.
Back when I was just a hobbit instead of this monster.
The queen of the Fae.
Yes. Yeah, pro tem, queen pro tem.
Yeah.
So that's all there, and just like a huge extension of gratitude yet again to everyone who's donated to Seattle Children's Hospital and through Extra Life. So happy to get everyone's support there. And I will say, like, Extra Life does not just end today. It's going to be going through. Various different teams have different schedules. Queer Geek Seattle is going to be doing a fundraiser a little bit later this month. And we are right now about, we just hit $1,000. And if we raise at some point over the next few days $500 more, that will get us to $1,000 raised over the last few years. Sorry, not 1,000, $10,000. $10,000 raised,
wow.
yes, over the last few years.
Yeah,
So we're
that's
just about $500 away from $10,000 for Seattle Children's. So I may be doing some more streaming over the next few days. We might be doing some more Twitch streaming over the next few days to try to just get us the rest of the way in there. So keep your eyes out for that. And of course, if you enjoy big, weird Dungeons and Dragons adventures, you may enjoy the show that I make with some very talented drag performers, Queens of Adventure, featuring quite a cast at this point. We here in Seattle, we've got Arseniki, Freya Love, Butalino Kipple, Irene Dubois, London Bradshaw. In Chicago, we've got
you have so many now.
Foxy Kim, and Joe Mama. In Minneapolis, now we have a crew. We've got Kamari Williams, Utica Queen, Nocturnal Lee Mission, and Jeannie Rattel, the other Jeannie Rattel. And we have also had as guests Ben de la Creme, Kitty Powers, Kai Kai B. Michaels, oh goodness, sorry, what? Oh, Erica Clash and Rock'em Sakura. So about 20-something different performers have been a part of the Queens of Adventure family. So you can head over to queensofadventure.com for drag performers playing Dungeons and Dragons. So huge thanks to all those performers as well who helped us get the word out about this adventure. Whew, and yay, thank you again, everyone. You have just made a lot of dreams come true today, and I can't wait to see where these adventures lead in the future. So,
take care, everyone.
Yay. Until next time, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Keep sissying that role, and we will see you later. Bye. Has this ever happened to
I
you?
just hit the thing.
You're trying to donate to charity, and
Everybody gone.
how about a credit card? What's in here? Cash, anyone? Don't be a chump. Now it's easy to donate to a good cause. Just go to bit.ly/extralifeseattle to donate to Seattle Children's Hospital. Every year, the hospital sees over 300,000 patients, handles over 36,000 ER visits, fills over 35,000 equipment orders, and trains over 800 physicians. And 100% of your donation goes to support their work. Just go to bit.ly/extralifeseattle and click the donate button. And you'll never have to deal with this ever again.